Hello, and happy Friday to all of our friends, past, present, and future. Welcome to Legends Die Live, a D&D stream brought to you by a group of 5 overworked, underslept friends. I'm Mike D, and I'm the Dungeon Master, which means I am the organizer of chaos, and these are my players. The chaos.
I like that one. That is a good one. Use that often. I like that.
It's
yes.
true every week.
It is accurate, yes. Primarily Sebastian and Felix.
Yep, we play every Friday at 9 Eastern Time, live. If you can't check us out live, our videos are up on YouTube the Monday thereafter. And you can check out our YouTube channel for highlights as well. We're all over the social medias, so stop by and say hello.
We are all over the social media.
Yes, we are.
All the social medias.
Yes, we're all over it.
That was great fun.
Mechanically speaking, we're playing Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition. Stylistically, we do stay pretty close to the rules, but we do bend, break, homebrew, and mime them as well. Some better than others.
Yes,
If that type of thing interests you, check out our homebrew document in the doobly-doo down below the T-Rex arms.
I already fucked it up.
Big thank you to Sirenscape for providing us with the music of My Player's Demise, and to our artists for providing us with the logos and the step.
I don't like how you just
headshots.
glossed over that.
Yeah, no, I kind of just powered right through that.
Yep.
What?
If you're joining us live, say hello to our bard Felix, who is over in the chat room, so say hi to him. And at halftime, we'll be incorporating our legendary die, so stick around so you can vote and break my game by giving someone a D20 of inspiration.
Yes.
If we ever use it.
Well,
If they remember to use it. The last 2 weeks, they have not remembered to use it.
That wasn't the problem. It's just like nothing exciting happened after we got it.
Nothing exciting happened.
Nothing exciting happened. Oh,
Yeah,
you disappeared.
I blame you.
oh, I did disappear and then nearly died.
And with that, let's go into another unexciting episode of Legends Die.
I told you.
Previously, our session began with Oni, the black-scaled dragonborn, disappearing somewhere in the underdark. Our companions, fearing for his life, raced down the darkened corridors, searching for him frantically, with their drow guide nowhere in sight. Eventually, they found him. They found him on the steps of death, as a large amorphous creature with tentacles was attacking him and threatening to eat and devour Oni. But the allies showed up in time, managed to destroy the creature, and managed to bring Oni back from the footsteps of death. Shortly thereafter, it was revealed that that entire encounter was a test established by Azrael to see if you all were worthy of actually going through with the plan to take down the third drow house of the city of Arachne. after a bit of discussion, you guys all continue down the corridors, retracing your footsteps and going down a different path. Later in that day, you were attacked by hook horrors, the very same hook horrors that you had managed to elude and evade earlier. After a bit of a skirmish, you managed to defeat the hook horrors, and then took rest in the cavern where you fought them. A cavern was large, opened up, and illuminated by this glowing green lake. And in a crescent shape along the lake were multicolored bioluminescent mushrooms that gave off some light. So you all took a moment to gather yourselves, gather your things, recover, and you went to sleep. That night, you all had strange dreams and visions. And so, our story picks up with you guys waking up the very next day in this cavern where you can hear the water lapping against the shores. You can hear the distant drips of drops of water coming down from the ceiling of the cavern. You're all just slowly waking up, regaining consciousness, shaking that stupor of the visions from your mind. The day is yours.
So, we're supposed to cross a lake with no boat.
Oh. I cast locate object for a boat.
You cast locate object for a boat?
Yeah.
Okay. You take a moment to go through the ritual, forming an image of your mind, a boat. And you feel this pull out in the middle of the lake where you see a slightly dispersed set of detritus.
Could I clarify an intact boat before I knew this? Because I already knew that was out there.
Is that even a boat?
Your mind
anymore?
does not ping anything.
No. We could just walk along the shoreline.
Yeah.
What do you say?
Is Azrael awake?
Does it go all the way across?
Azrael is awake.
Yeah.
She's rising up to her feet, and you can see as she's rising up, she takes her dark hood down, revealing her kind of black curly hair that falls in a tangled mess. And she's slowly undoing a bandana that she had wrapped around her mouth. And she takes that cloth and then just begins wrapping it around her forearms.
So, guys, I can definitively say that there's not an intact boat within 1,000-foot radius of us.
Do we need to cross the lake? Can we not just go around the lake? Is there a reason why we must proceed over?
Can't go under it.
Well, we must make our way to the other side of the cavern, and there are other routes, however, they would delay us by quite some time. And if we're going to strike the third house of Rachnia, we have to do so on a schedule.
But
So
the primary goal was to see if Vintar where the affected route is, and then help Rachnia. Or, sorry, help you take control of Rachnia.
no, not quite.
That's not the deal we made.
That's not the deal we made.
No, we made
I
the
thought that was
deal
the
that
deal.
if we helped her, then she would help us.
Also, it's that first and then help the three. Okay. Never mind that.
Precisely.
Um,
So, to give you guys a bit of perspective on what you guys are looking at,
for real.
What?
Oh boy. Boy.
so this is you guys.
What's that?
This is the shore. So you guys, right behind you, there's a cliff face right about here.
Yes, it goes up.
It goes sheer up. And then this is sand, sandy beach-like area.
Okay.
This is a forest of bioluminescent and multicolored mushrooms. You can see their caps are moving and swirling like lava lamps. Most of them
They're taller than us, right?
pink and purple in color. They range in height. Some of them come up to your knees. Some of them are taller than you.
But they're
They're-
packed that densely.
Yes, they are packed that densely. Very few of them are taller than Oni. There are a few that are taller than Oni, but generally speaking, they're like between like very small mushrooms and 4, 5, 6 feet. A few of them that break that cusp of like 7 feet or so. And they are
wide
very
across would the caps be?
How wide across?
Yeah.
You said you could sit on them like
They
a country
vary.
sultan.
For example, this is to scale, so this would
Okay,
be about
cool.
10 feet
Jesus.
on the bigger ones.
Wow.
Yeah. So I'll turn to Azrael. Like, do you think these caps will float?
Oh, what the? Oh yes,
That's-
good idea. Let's ask the
that's-
mushrooms.
No, you
What?
can't just rip their heads off.
What? No, we're asking them for help. Is that not what you were suggesting?
He wanted to rip their head off.
That's not what he said, though.
It's plant life.
No,
That's aware that they're sentient things.
yes,
I am.
I am too.
everyone
Like, I
here is
know,
aware.
I know Chris is, but is
Yeah,
Agar
most humans
is.
made aware?
Riley had one blink and wink at her.
yeah. But
Eyeballs.
Yeah, but nobody told Felix. So, like, I know
No,
Agar saw it. I know Bradley saw it.
Azrael
I'm-
said these mushrooms are people. They are a people.
Yes,
Oh, shit.
yes.
Yeah.
That was a public
Okay.
conversation.
So yes, good idea. We can ask the mushrooms for help.
I made a friend with one.
Ooh, maybe
What?
that one will help us.
Define friends. I'm concerned for your definition.
Well, like, I sat down and talked to him, and then he went, and then I talked to him some more, and he winked with this other eye, and I think winking is like the universal sign of friendship.
I turned to
I did not know that.
Azrael to confirm if that's true.
Honestly, I'm not an expert of
Mushroom friendship.
in so many words. Yes, don't know exactly what that means. It's
Okay, well, let's
best.
try one more time.
It's best not to cross them. Any single mushroom is not much of a threat, but collectively speaking, they have the numbers, and as far as I understand, they don't prefer to be left alone,
Sure.
and they have a natural aversion to violence.
Oh,
Would it be
Then they love
safer
me.
to walk through the mushrooms or to cross the lake in a makeshift raft of some sort?
With what?
Crossing the lake is, unless we can get a boat or something like it, crossing the lake is,
not an option.
no, it's not an option.
Let's ask the mushrooms.
How do we ask them?
Oh, like this. Mushrooms! I am Oni. We spoke earlier, yesterday, or a long time ago. I don't know exactly. The time is weird without the sun. Can you help us cross the lake? Or go through you without bothering you, perhaps?
Make a nature check.
Nature check. I'm rolling low. That is +3, so 9. Switching guys.
You call out to the cavern, and the green water gently laps along the shore. And as you speak, your voice carries inside this cavern, giving your voice a fullness and like a size and enormity to it that appropriately accompanies your 7-foot frame. But the mushrooms, for what they're worth, don't seem to be bothered or noticed.
I'd like to approach whatever the nearest one to me is that is approximately my height. And I'm going to cast message on the mushroom.
Okay.
And basically ask, hello, we mean you no harm, but could you help us get passage to the other side of the lake?
Mike is breathing.
Oops. The mushrooms are breathing.
It's like we're on shrooms.
Earthquake!
Upside down.
No, that works.
So, you cast your mind out using the message, weaving the arcane incantation, and you throw the words out there. There's no response.
How tall is the ceiling?
What'd they say?
Pretty tall.
Nothing.
It's like
Well, there's a whole cliff face.
70 feet. You guys are sort of in a little, imagine like a little snowball cavern.
Ooh.
Why can't we-
What is the ceiling? Is it smooth, solid stone, or are there like thick vines?
Perception check for Felix.
That's an interesting question for Felix.
Yeesh.
People don't usually warm up to me. That is.
That'll be an 11.
11. From your vantage point, the best you can tell, it seems to be mostly just like rocky surface. It's uneven and jagged, but it's rocky surface as far as you can tell.
All right. Looking out over the lake, like how far away is our destination? Is it even within sight?
It is definitely within sight. So as you guys look out over the water, and this is all water that comes right up to the edges of the mushroom forest. The shore on the opposite side, where you can see an opening leading to more caverns down the way, is roughly 150 feet away.
150.
Why can't we just like rock climb, like with pythons and stuff?
That's what I was thinking.
Over a domed ceiling?
If we have
Oh,
enough.
Around the
do that
wall.
on the wall, yes.
I mean, I've got the equipment. We
I
can
thought there was
certainly do
mushrooms
it.
on both sides. Maybe
There are.
Yeah,
So there's a crescent of mushrooms that comes out. You're only seeing part of this because when I started drawing it, I realized how much freaking time it was gonna take.
Yeah.
So you're only seeing half of this,
It's
but
a mirror.
imagine another crescent framing the other side.
Yes,
Um,
but if the
but-
tallest one is slightly bigger than me, then we could probably still do it.
Couldn't we rescale the cliff and then start at the top and then go around?
Yeah, but one mistake and you're in the
Don't
drink.
do the mushrooms.
Well, what else do we do?
I want to walk to the edge of the mushroom forest and
Okay.
and feel like take a look, see, and feel out if there's like a path that's been used, if there's like more wear and tear in certain areas where they might move away that they're
Give
accustomed to
me
doing.
a survival check.
21.
21. So you bend down, you take a look, you notice that the soil here is softer, and you notice that the roots don't seem to be dug in that deeply into the soil. It's kind of shallow within the soil.
Of the mushrooms?
Yes. You don't see anything that resembles footsteps or feet or anything like that, but there is some sort of displacement that would suggest movement. It doesn't resemble humanoid movement.
I'm going to take off one of the gauntlets on my hand and just put my hand down on the near the nearest mushroom to where if it wanted to stand up and walk onto my hand, it could. I'm just gonna
They're
wait.
pretty big. It's not going to be on your hand.
There's some that are small.
Yeah, there's a range of sizes. So there are some that are this small, but like most of them are,
Halfling size.
you know, like a love seat size or larger.
I'm gonna wait. Just put my hand down and wait.
Okay. Just give me a nature check.
Ooh.
15.
15.
That's I have no modifier for that. I just rolled a 15.
You lay your hand on the ground and just patiently wait, not really rushing it, not really making any quick or reflexive movements. And you dig your hand a little deeper into the soil, feeling the moisture and feeling the texture of it. It kind of cups into the palm of your hand. And you look up, and the stalk of one of the mushrooms that's about 3 feet tall, and so now as you're hunched over, it's kind of above you a little bit. You look up, and part of the flesh disconnects a little bit. You just see like a single eye just opens and sort of stares at you.
Do we all see this or just him?
He's the closest, so he sees it, but you know, if you're keeping an eye on a gar, you would notice this. Yeah.
I look at it, and it's not an animal, so I'm not going to use my speak with animals. But I'll keeping my hand on the ground. I'm going to turn it over and put my palm face down, and just kind of like in Dwarven, say, is that a safe pathway across the lake to the tunnel without disturbing you or with your assistance?
Give me another nature check.
Oh, 6.
6.
Okay. The rolls are not with us today.
The sentient mushroom with its eye open, you can see that the color of the iris matches the color that's swirling around on the top of the cap. It doesn't really seem to react. It doesn't take it in a bad way. It doesn't take it in a good way. It just kind of stoically absorbs as you entreat it.
Does anybody hear anything? If we sit quietly, do we hear maybe the mushrooms are talking amongst themselves, so to speak?
Perception check for Sebastian.
Are you saying that out loud to the group?
Yes.
It
Yes.
sounded like it was. Yeah.
All right. So someone can give you advantage.
I'll give you
would like
advantage.
to.
Okay.
I'm
Sure, we all do.
I'm
not
Probably not
proficient.
even
I'm
the best one
proficient.
to do this.
You may is.
16?
That's better.
16. You don't hear anything, but after about 20 or 30 minutes of just waiting and investigating, you do notice that occasionally there's like a small cloud of colored spores just
That's great.
that then just dissipates and the color loses itself.
Are they always the same color?
No, it's mostly purples and pinks. Occasionally there's like a blue, but the majority of the mushroom caps here are purplish, pinkish.
Of that color palette.
Can I use my wand of secrets to find a secret door?
You're welcome to try.
Okay. I would have 3 charges because I rolled a 4.
Okay.
So, bzz.
What's the range on that?
I think it's
30 feet? 60 feet, I think, actually.
30 feet.
Bump.
As you point your wand, you feel a tug in the water.
Ooh.
Interesting.
Guys,
Yes.
so I use my wand of secrets.
Yes.
And there's a secret door in the water.
In the water.
It's a door or is it just a secret? I don't know how it works.
I think it's always doors.
Yes. It
Or
is
traps.
Secret
doors or
doors
traps.
or-
Yes.
Oh, that's a big difference. Secret trap is something you don't want to run willy-nilly toward.
Yes, but usually they got something.
Guys, I have an idea. I pull out one of the hobgoblin flares and I fire the red flare up over the lake so it lands in the lake near the boat.
Oh.
In the lake near the boat. Okay.
And I do it before anyone can stop me.
Attack roll.
Just throw a
I have my back to
rock.
you. I can't.
Sebastian, the Chaos Bringer himself.
Yes, indeed.
Give me a dexterity check to see if you can properly aim this thing.
So an attack roll?
No, I wouldn't say you're proficient in this. So, D20 plus your dex.
Okay.
It's like trying to
Damn.
fire,
10?
a firecracker.
Yeah.
10? So,
Banks it off the ceiling expertly is what I'd say.
yeah, it's got a little more kick to it than you perhaps remember, and perhaps your perspective is a little bit off because when it was fired outside, it definitely went higher than the like 60, 70 foot top of the cavern. So it just shoots up into the cavern and it falls down into the lake, but not near the boat.
Okay.
Like closer to us or further than the boat?
Roll percentage die. If it's above 50%, it's closer to you. If it's below 50%, it's closer to the other shore.
59.
59. So it's closer to the other shore.
Cool.
Does any monster eat it?
Yeah, does anything happen?
Perception check. Go ahead, Riley.
You may.
11.
11. You can see the ripples in the water, but
I want to take my spyglass out and see as well. Like right after that happened.
Yeah, if I could send you.
perception with advantage.
Yeah.
Ooh, 17. 17 plus 6. 23.
So you take your spyglass out, and nothing catches your vision. So you walk along the spiral path leading up to the top of it, and then you use your spyglass, kind of looking more at a downward angle. You do see shadows moving within the water.
How big? Like two shadows? One shadow?
You see 3 shadows.
Oh.
Humanoid in size, but different in shape.
Okay, so there's definitely something down there.
No shit, dwarf!
So how do you get the fuck across?
Someone fucked up my boat!
How do you know there's no shit in there?
You live here. Is there any other way to get across? I can't imagine that you only have one contingency plan. That you have no contingency
There
plans.
are living creatures.
What happened to the superior sex?
What? Oh, hey.
Better watch your tongue, dwarf.
Yeah. Fucking guide this is.
That is
How
very
many?
difficult.
What is in the lake, and how many of them are there? If it's a small number, we kill them and cross the lake.
Wow, you are really taking this killing thing to heart. For somebody who's never killed anyone before he met us.
People.
As far as I understand,
Have we killed
there
anyone since we
is
met him?
a being in the water that is the pure concrescence of water energy.
Like elemental.
Yes, however,
What the fuck is an elemental?
Oh,
it's not of this plane,
okay.
and it's definitely
Extrapolate that.
strong enough to bend and warp reality to its wishes.
That does not sound fun.
Are you scared of it?
Exactly. Yes.
Okay, then let's go through the mushrooms.
What?
Only if
Why
they
don't
let
we
us.
go on fucking rock climb, man?
Because what if we fall and we land in the water?
Okay.
Well,
or on
then we
mushrooms.
land in the water or the mushrooms, but right
I'm
now
gonna-
it's sounding better than either of the other options.
I'm gonna go up to the wall and kind of inspect it and see that if I could conceivably lead a path with pittance
Survival check.
to the other side. 22.
22. The walls are climbable. There's enough jagged edges in here that you could conceivably do it. It wouldn't be an easy climb. What would make the most sense would be if you went around kind of the edges and kind of shuffled like this rather than going up and over.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking we would do.
That is possible in theory, but it certainly doesn't look like it's going to be easy.
How many pittance do we have collectively to climb with?
I have 50,
I have 10.
You have 50?
I think. Let me make sure.
I have 50.
I don't have any. I have rope though.
I have 10.
Then I probably have 10 as well.
I think you have 10. You have an
You have
explorer's
10?
pack, you have 10.
I don't see any of those.
Yeah, Explorer's Pack. Okay, must be 10 then.
I don't have that.
Do you have an explorer's
I do, but I don't see pitons.
Azra, what do you suggest? Should we try to scale sort of the wall around, or should we just carefully make our way through the mushrooms and hope we don't anger them or whatever? You're the guide.
I suggest we do our best to
Stealth on the water. Dun, dun, dun.
Down. Sorry.
do not know this folklore song you speak of.
But this great song.
I suggest
Get it invented.
we try to commune with the mushrooms.
Ooh, yes. I said this.
And if we don't, then we try climbing across. Should we fall in the mushrooms. We get the fuck out.
Okay, everyone, let's work together. Yes? Maybe sing song for mushrooms.
Oh,
Wait, I thought someone said they didn't like music.
I think Azariel said that they don't like music, but
she did say that. Are
I
you
don't know if
lying?
that's...
I said they didn't like music?
You did, but
I
I,
mean, I
think
don't
you
like
were
music.
lying.
You might have just said it to
It's
keep
just to
Felix.
spite me.
Yeah.
Oh.
Hey,
Likely.
Felix,
Yeah, what's up?
want to try to lullaby the mushrooms?
Well, sleep when we want to talk.
Serenade them.
No,
Yes, that is
not make
better.
them sleep, like woo
Serenade,
them.
yes.
Maybe I can get him to dance.
Ooh, yes. Maybe we
Hearty
do like
jig.
conga line with mushrooms.
I'm
And
trying to
those-
think of what might be a good mushroomy song.
Well, there's
Hmm.
White Rabbit.
Something about a cap.
Hmm.
What?
Something about the cup, he said.
As you guys are having this discussion, sort of almost like a train, there's a series of small red spore-like clouds that like a train. It follows this path.
Coming to us.
Do I notice what's causing that?
It's coming from the mushrooms.
I will back away from that.
I would actually like to send Yume closer to that, kind of fly up above it and do like circle around. Isn't bad.
Okay, perception check.
Yes, please. Thank you much. Okay. 15.
15.
Anything special about that, or is it just mushrooms?
You notice that the mushrooms individually kind of rustled as they released this cloud of spores.
Mhm.
But other than that, you're not really doing anything special.
Is the one mushroom still staring at me?
When you left, it closed its eye.
If the clouds are still up, could I have Yume fly into the cloud?
Sure.
I'd like to do that.
Are you seeing through
Yes.
Yume's eyes as you do
Yes.
this?
So it like a dive in and fly out and come back.
Okay. So Yume flies through and inhales the spores, and it's through your vision as you're flying through, and Yume flaps, and as it flaps away from it, sort of pulling upwards away from it, your mind, you all of a sudden you feel like you are surrounded, like you're in the middle of a crowd and you're surrounded by people.
Okay.
You get that sort of feeling. You don't see anything. You're seeing through the eyes of Yume. So
Right.
you're seeing the green water lapping on the shores. But all of a sudden, you just get this sense of like incredible presence.
Hello. Привет.
As you speak and extend your mind, you don't hear words in response, but you feel one particularly large presence kind of reach out to you, and for a second you kind of see through its eyes. And you're just kind of like looking down at dirt,
Guys, I'm tripping.
and then the mushroom that you're seeing through its eyes, it raises its stalk, and you guys can see one particularly large mushroom raise itself above kind of the uneven canopy of bioluminescent mushrooms, and then you see yourself through its eyes.
Yeah. I'm gonna wave at me.
You do. You wave at yourself.
Yeah.
And then you feel like a tug.
I start walking towards the big one.
So you come up
Where are you going?
to the edge.
Someone stop him!
Wait, what are you doing?
Where's Oni going?
And he's just kind of walking towards.
He can't see or hear us.
Hello, mushrooms.
I'm
I mean,
gonna-
I can.
I'm gonna follow close behind Oni and just like be ready to grab him in case like he's gonna step on. Like I'm keeping an eye on where he's standing.
I'm gonna sit, legs crossed, looking up at the mushroom.
So you can't see there's the edge of the mushroom forest. So the one you're looking at,
Oh, it's like in the middle.
yeah,
Okay, I thought it was on the edge.
It's this
Gotcha.
particularly large one
Okay.
that stood up.
Okay, then in
made
that case, I'll
contact.
just stay there and.
As you approach the edge of the mushroom forest, there's a little bit of bristling as the mushrooms then the soil uproots itself, and the mushrooms slowly
They got out of the way.
they shift and they part ways, leading a large path. But for you, it's kind of like it's going to be tight because
Yes,
you're
narrow
particularly
for us.
large, leading a singular path right to the edge of the mushroom that you are seeing yourself
Yes.
through. And there's just like this tug.
Okay.
I'm tapping him on the shoulder.
Wait,
Go, go, go,
how do
go,
you
go.
know this is good?
I start walking.
Go,
Wait,
go,
wait,
go.
wait.
No, let him do it.
Go,
Go,
Okay,
go. What if
you're-
they're gonna eat him?
How is
Follow me,
Azrael
everyone.
reacting?
The
Let's
mushrooms
find out.
are being very nice to us.
What's
Thank
that,
you, big
Felix?
mushroom.
How is Azrael reacting to this?
Yeah.
She moves her hand to the handle of her blade, but just
Abort.
kind of walks
Abort.
forward.
I'm doing it. I'm going
I will
through.
do the same.
Yeah.
So to be clear, there's a sea of mushrooms has parted, and you are now basically like right here,
Cool.
standing right at the edge, and you're right behind him, Agar.
No, I'm not in the. I'm leaving the path to him. I'm outside the forest, but
Okay,
I'm like right
at
there.
the edge.
Yeah.
It was like 10 feet away. It's not much.
Where's Arquilla? What's he doing?
Aquila? Unless said otherwise, I assume Arquilla is either with you or with Riley.
Cool. Cool. That's it.
He's with you.
Cool. All right. So I walk up to the big mushroom then. I wave again. Hello, friend. I am Onikandor.
It slowly leans in, its large mushroom cap coming over you like an umbrella.
I see me.
Okay. Coming over you like an
Wait,
umbrella.
is he still seeing through Yume?
No,
Well, sort of.
he's seeing through the mushroom.
How can you see yourself if you're not
He's
seeing
seeing.
through Yume?
He's seeing through Yume, and Yume is seeing through the mushroom.
Right.
You
Translate proper.
you feel this telepathic
Inception.
link
Mm-hmm.
with the creature.
Yes. Hello.
And it just sort of looms over you, and then the edge of its cap comes over so that's like past you as you look up to it, looking at yourself. And it just kind of like showers you with spores, like, poof,
This is what I was afraid of.
and then begins to
Okay.
rain spores, just kind of.
Thank you. I think.
You sneeze,
Yeah.
but nothing other than that happens. And now you're just covered with a fine powder of spores.
I look up to Azrael like, should we be worried about that? Is it a problem?
Probably. Let's see where this goes.
Let me guess, you haven't wandered through the mushroom forest,
I
have
think,
No,
like,
it's not my type of thing.
you know, when you put zombie blood on yourself so you smell like the zombies, this might be like similar.
you? I have no idea what that is.
It's a metaphor.
Oni, you're as you're covered in these spores,
Yes.
your vision goes black.
Oh God.
And what you see is basically like a network of green vines,
I'm seeing the Matrix, guys.
kind of like the plant-like matrix. You're
Yeah.
seeing these interconnecting veins, some thicker than others, some smaller. They each have stalks that come out them like little tributaries, and they get smaller and smaller. These little edges. They kind of rush past you, and as you're looking around, it's in 3 dimensions.
Ooh.
You can see it everywhere. Then your vision blinks again, and you find yourself in a different cavern by a different lake. This lake is normal colored,
Mm-hmm.
and it's dark, but you're surrounded by mushrooms. And you blink again, and then you find yourself outside in a swamp-like forest. And then you take a look around. You're smelling the dampness of the swamp. You can feel the difference in the humidity. You blink again, and then now you're in a very dry area where the branches of the trees look like they're dead. It's very Tim Burton-esque, Nightmare Before Christmas, with these gnarled branches that sort of curve around like the skeleton of an old, frail man that's sort of ossified in place.
Mm-hmm.
And you blink again. Each time you blink, going through that matrix of plant-like vines and whatnot. And then you go to a number of these different places, and then your vision pulls up, and it's almost like you're taking an aerial perspective. You can kind of see how some of these different patches that you had visited, some are connected, some are not, through this vine-like network of who knows what. And then your vision comes back, and you're back sitting in front of the mushroom, looking up at it. It's looking at you.
Was that your family?
It just sort of moves a little bit, doesn't respond. Its movements are very, like, slow.
I move with it when it does it. Just entranced.
And so right now it's got one eye open,
Mm.
and then another one opens,
Mm.
and then another on his forehead opens,
Ooh.
and then two more.
Oh.
And then right beneath the eyes, there's this honeycomb network of holes that opens up. Honeycomb. And you can see kind of strands of flesh that are connecting, some of them splitting apart like cheese on a pizza.
I'm tying the grappling hook to the rope, just ready to like pull Oni back.
And then from out of the ground, a small mound of small clump of mushrooms. Small, manageable size. They easily fit in your dragon claws. It kind of rises up like the earth is being pushed up. It sort of rises up out of the ground, like a foot or two. And then your vision goes. And then you're again at this aerial perspective.
Mm-hmm.
And then now you're seeing like new dots in places that weren't there before. You're seeing new dots.
You want me to put these baby mushrooms in those places? Yes?
Doesn't respond with words.
I'll reach out to grab the little mushrooms. I keep looking to see if it's gonna get agitated. If nothing changes, I'm gonna grab some.
Okay. You dig your dragon claws into the wet soil, and you pull out just a cluster of mushrooms. And your vision goes back, and then again you see the dots.
I make
where they
a
weren't on
mental
before.
note so that I can do my utmost to remember those locations.
All right, intelligence check.
Okay. Is that cocked? Okay. 18.
Okay. You commit it to memory as best you can. We'll see where it goes. And then you come back to your own vision, and the large mushroom pulls up. It's almost like as it rises out of the ground, you notice that it was embedded into the ground, pretty much like what are up to its shoulders. Its shoulders. So it's coming out of the ground. These large limbs until it's standing, towering over you. This large, multicolored mushroom cap with just like flesh and just eyes will like. You see more of these honeycomb-like mouths open up, and then it kind of steps aside. And as it steps aside, you can see there's a rustling of smaller ones that are like trees that are slowly uprooting themselves and replanting themselves. You can see this. They're parting a wave of mushrooms, and a path opens up.
Shit, Moses.
I'm gonna like put the cluster of mushrooms as safely as I can into like a bag or something.
Okay. So you take some of your other stuff and consolidate it in a different bag. And so you put the soil in there, and then you draw the strings, and it's a little too much. And so your pack just has like sprouts of multicolored mushrooms.
Awesome.
Coming out of it. And
Very much okay with
There's
that.
little like lava lamp-like colors right here at your hip.
Okay, I hope you're comfortable because you're going to stay there for a while. Thank you, big mushroom friend.
Fuck you mean they're gonna stay there for a while?
Come now. And I'll start walking.
I start walking. I start following Oni. I'll put my grappling hook away.
Willow, did you see all that?
Oh, Nate.
Yes.
That was amazing. You defeated them so easily.
Oh, well, I think I made a friend rather than defeated them, but
You have another friend?
This is our friend now. All of them.
Oh, I used to eat people like these.
Like these ones, or like they have the same colors and all that.
They look a little different.
A little different.
Yeah.
They were probably different people. Yes.
Yeah, so this large 7-foot tall dragonborn is having this discussion with this small, like 3-foot tall kobold who's craning his neck upwards.
Yes.
You guys are having. And as on edge as you guys were, Arquilla, the little kobold, is just like, "Do-do."
Me too.
I see
Totally
we're all
nonplussed.
following behind them.
Yeah. We're hesitantly, delicately treading behind Oni.
You are.
I am.
Rapier and hand flute in hand.
As
Drawn?
I am very timidly going.
Do you have your rapier drawn?
I think so.
Okay.
Like, not at all aggressively, but scary. I'm scared.
Give me a marching order.
I'm first, obviously.
I'm
Okay.
second.
Well, Arquilla's here.
Arquilla second.
Yeah, Quill second.
I'll follow after that.
As we're going along, I'm talking to the
Is
mushrooms.
Azrael taking up the rear?
Yeah.
Then I'll be in front of her. Actually, she might not like that.
Riley, are you going at all?
Yeah, I
Oh,
don't
okay.
care where I am.
You
Right
turn
in the middle.
back.
That's right where I want to be.
You turn back to see if Azrael is looking at you. She just gives you a wink.
I wince.
Mushrooms, you have such a big family. I can't wait to make it bigger.
When you wince, she like licks her lips like.
Ah.
I switched places with Riley.
I look at Azrael.
She looks at you and just goes like.
Yeah.
So what the fuck did you two talk about?
Oh, we didn't really do that much talking in like the typical sense of talking. It was more like the mushroom was showing me all of its family and where they are, and where these little baby mushrooms need to go to.
What do you mean where they need to go?
I need to plant the baby
We
mushrooms.
need to plant the fucking baby mushrooms.
I need to plant the baby.
We need to take care of the fucking tree, take down the family, go speak to your fucking druid to save Raglothia from the blight,
Yes.
and we're planting baby fucking mushrooms.
Yes, they're good people. God fucking damn it.
I mean, of all the things we have to do, that one's not too hard.
You just like move spiders around for a whole week, and this is weird to you?
I'm gonna
These
pull
shouldn't
out my map
move.
and mark it on the map where I remember seeing the things to the best of my ability.
Do we have a map of
Just-
the Underdark?
Not of the
The
Underdark.
Underdark,
No, he
no.
he has a crude
The
map
overworld.
of like the Warring Wilds, kind of that area of the continent.
Oh.
So he just makes some like quick like X's on the map, kind of in the
Okay.
rough area.
Yeah. As we continue going. Yes, it is very big family.
Right.
All
and,
over the place.
And if something happens to the baby mushrooms?
Well,
How will
perhaps,
they
I
know?
mean, they are all connected. I saw it. But I try my best to make sure
I mean,
that nothing happens to the baby mushrooms.
I'm used to regular fungi, but this is a whole nother fucking level, mate.
Oh,
They're
it's
extra
exciting.
fun guy.
There is a lot of them. And we continue along.
Do we wait? Azrael said that they don't like violence.
Correct.
Yes.
Okay.
She did say that aloud to you all collectively.
Do I know that Felix drew his rapier?
I mean, he's not hiding it. You can turn back and like look and see him.
Put that fucking thing away.
We're walking through a giant forest of things that could kill us.
Yes, and will kill us even more if you carry that with you. Just put it away. You don't walk up to a deer with your axe drawn, ready to attack. You have to coax it slowly. Same thing here.
Just waving all the mushrooms. Hello.
I feel like that's... You don't walk up to a deer at all when you're hunting. But...
It was nice to meet you all.
Put it away.
Did you see what all of my family was?
It's as you guys are walking. It's a very slow procession because it takes time for the mushrooms to uproot themselves and transplant themselves to make this pathway. For you guys.
Are they closing behind us?
Yes.
Oh, that. I'm not happy with that.
As you guys get like in the middle over here, Sebastian, you look back, and behind Riley, you can see Azrael. She sort of gives you like a... And then behind her, you can see mushrooms closing the gap. So yeah.
I'm very timidly trying to play that charm music that I heard Bard play in my dream last night.
Okay, give me a performance check.
Ooh, you want help?
Oh gosh. Not great, but I'm pretty performance-y.
Do you want to help him?
Yeah, I want to play.
Okay, she's gonna help you out. So,
Advantage.
Advantage.
Oh. I
Much
rolled a...
better.
Oh.
Well, if it's an advantage for me, or you can help either way.
I thought I was going to play too.
Is that how you would like to help him?
Yeah.
Okay.
20.
20?
That plays better than I do. So that is 13 for me.
Okay, so 13. You're a little unsettled by everything, so your tune and your melody is a bit off. But Riley comes in with her voice, establishing the melody.
I'm playing a kazoo.
Comes in with her kazoo,
Oh, God.
establishing the melody, and then you fall into sync with her kazoo.
Kazoos could do that.
Yep, that's right.
I don't know what the fuck a kazoo sounds like.
Sounds like...
Losing.
You were miming a slide whistle.
Okay, that was
Even worse.
That's
Yeah.
nice.
Or a mini trombone.
Yeah.
Over Lanky
A
Kong.
kazoo is
This
a
whole
really
thing right now is a freaking kazoo.
a kazoo is a really obnoxious instrument.
We're all gonna die.
I'm legit
And that's the
trying
last
to just
sound I will
continue
hear.
the conversation with the mushrooms. Asking them if they saw my
This-
family. Just real happy that I met theirs.
You feel like
Hi.
different presences like come into your mind as you're walking by, and you can slowly feel that large presence fading into the background of your consciousness. And as you're walking by, you do see like some of the smaller caps look up at you, move, and again they move very slowly. Their eye, like an eye. They're just kind of looking at you guys.
Tell them about it.
I'm very, very wary of the spores. I don't want them anywhere near
These
me.
mushrooms are so nice, everyone.
Right,
I'm gonna like not quickly, but I will increase my pace and try to move past everybody to get up front to Oni.
You're a halfling, you can do that.
Yes.
Halfling nimble.
Mhm.
Just kind of want to like pull on his cloak. It's like I don't feel okay walking right now.
I grab him and put
Could
him
you-
on my shoulder.
As you put Felix on your shoulder, you feel like you feel Arquillo scurry up your other shoulder,
Mhm.
and then he just kind of like leans over his shoulder and looks at Felix.
This bump.
His tail like wraps around your.
Hmm.
He
Okay.
doesn't understand what a fist bump is.
Well, that's a new one. I've not seen that
Shake
before.
it.
He shakes it. He shakes your fist with his tail.
Okay.
Hello.
Hello.
How's it going, bud?
Are you tired?
Yeah, but
We
I
just woke up.
you know, it's you're up here too.
Yeah. I want to know what you're doing.
It's tough for us little guys. You know, we're walking around, you can't see these mushrooms.
I'm not little.
You're my height.
No.
Yeah,
I'm reverse giant.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
It's an accurate statement.
So you're... What? Riley, what does reverse giant mean?
I think it means a giant standing on its head.
Oh, I don't think that is what Arquillo is. Arquillo, are you giant standing on head?
Do you want me to?
No.
Okay, then I'm not.
Okay.
I would like to ready the dodge action.
You can do that.
And like literally if anything that's not one of the party comes at me, I would like to dodge it.
I am so disarmed right now.
The
Just like, these guys are the fucking best.
the mushrooms rustle in, and occasionally, like occasionally the path that they carve out for you guys isn't quite large enough, so you have to like turn sideways to get through, to like squeeze through, and occasionally you can feel the edges of their caps like brush along your arms. For some of you, this is a very unsettling experience.
Me.
Can I?
I'm so cool with it.
Can I have been like Flower Girl style, leaving dragons to like convert these mushrooms for Ciatras? Because they're the fucking coolest.
Sure. You can.
You're essentially littering in public.
It's biodegradable. It's
In the
paper.
forest.
It's paper.
They don't know that.
Sure they do. They eat it.
Yeah, they
Give me
probably
a nature
eat
check
it.
as you're doing
A
that.
nature check?
Yeah, nature.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
A 9.
9. None of them seem to respond to you, but they don't move away from the dragon, the origami dragons that you leave behind.
I take a look back at Azrael. Does she look like chill, or does she look nervous about doing this?
She's got like one eyebrow kind of cocked, and just this smirk of like, I can't believe this is fucking happening.
Yep.
That's the expression on her face. Just one eyebrow that's cocked, and she's constantly like looking around. She's moving. There's an easiness to her gait, the way she comports and holds herself. Her hand is moved away from her blade, and she's walking again with that same swagger, with the hips and the shoulders moving. But there's a little bit of like surprise, concern.
Hesitance.
I think she's impressed.
I mean, she should be. I am best friend of mushrooms now, along with Riley and Aquilo.
Fuck everyone else.
I'm friends with everyone else, but I am best friends with all of you.
Oh, okay.
Eventually, after about a 45-minute procession,
Jesus.
and you guys are only going 150, 200 feet
Yeah.
across, but it takes time for the mushrooms to uproot and to form this path.
Oh.
And so you spend long amounts of time just kind of awkwardly standing in these mushrooms with the glowing of their caps, kind of some of them smaller than you, illuminating underneath, some of them larger than you. You can feel them almost like close in on you like umbrellas a little bit. There's a definite sentience to them. And so there's just a lot of standing around where you're just dealing with these things.
Anybody have any questions while we wait for the mushrooms to move?
But eventually, the last few mushrooms part. You can see the opposite side of the cavern wall.
Oh,
You make your way out, back onto a sandy shore.
I would like to stand, as soon as we make it out, I'd like to stand on the side and like an air stewardess just kind of like, hello, I hope everyone enjoyed the travel.
You escort them out, kind of welcoming them to the place you just arrived at, like any good stewardess. They all make their way out, some happier than others, and you watch the mushrooms.
Thank you. I'll be sure to plant the babies. It was nice to meet you.
And as you cast these feelings, this sentiment outward, you feel a few large presences within your mind, and they emit this like warm glow. It feels good. It feels like you just had a bowl of really fulfilling sort of hearty soup.
Nice.
That's kind of the feeling it feels like. It just feels.
Just go telepathic hug everyone. From
Are his
mushrooms.
pupils dilated?
Very. These like giant dragon tea saucers.
Yep. I'm jauntily just kind of.
When he gets high a lot.
Well, it's only happened twice.
What was the other time?
In
The fruit.
Yeah.
We all got
Yeah, I mean that was kind of a collective thing. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, I partake with everyone else, just like the mushroom. This is the most amount of people I've been high with.
As the mushrooms close behind you, Azrael walks up to the front, kind of walking in between you guys, giving you all making a little eye contact with some of you.
They're my friends now.
As she walks by Sebastian, she kind of like, and then she walks by Riley and gives you a wink. Riley makes her way to the front of the group. Well, now we have a story to tell.
What story?
She's like the wind deflates from her sails. Oh, I suppose you encounter sentient mushrooms all the time.
No, this is first time. I became good friends with them.
I
Oh,
would
is that the
just,
story?
How do they fucking trust
I
you to plant their babies?
just like to point out the fact that Oni really just helped us out a lot, and
Oh, that was
you said
emotions.
I shouldn't be, caring about him.
No. Riley is best friend.
And if she knows what's good for her, she'll she'll cut that umbilical cord.
What? I'll be like, what? No,
He,
we don't have that.
he's
He
not a
has-
mammal.
They hatch from
Is
eggs.
that racist?
No,
No, they hatch from eggs. He's a drag. He's a reptile.
This is a fact.
Yes.
He's not a mammal.
Oh, this was metaphor. I know that.
Actually, it was literal. Can we just get out of this cavern?
Feeling a bit on edge, Sebastian.
Yes.
Always, apparently.
You're so jumpy today.
I kind of grabbed
Maybe you need to let off some steam.
Are you?
I just want to get away from the lake. Because if you're afraid of it, then I'm certainly afraid of it.
She looks back, and you see the
flare.
you see the flare about 30 feet out in the water, just kind of bobbing.
It's still
there.
burning?
No, it was like extinguished, but
Oh,
it's,
okay.
it's like the casing
Okay.
of it. You see the shards of wood that was formerly the boat, and then you do see just like a deep blue fabric that is floating in that general vicinity.
Deep fabric.
Yeah, you saw that the first time. I'm just reminding you that it was
okay.
there.
Okay.
It's always been there. I'm just reminding you.
Oh.
So.
I do not remember this. Okay.
I'm going to pull out a little pipe and just pack some spice into it and just smoke. Calm my nerves.
Okay, is this the upper or the downer?
These would be the upper. Well,
The calming uppers?
basically,
Right?
I got downers and spice. So
Oh, you got three things.
No, it was I only got downers and then I got spice, which I guess we kind of said was pot, but I'm not sure.
Pot-ish.
Hot adjacent.
Sure.
Is
You
that
got fucked. It's
is it-
oregano.
would that help in this situation, or should I just take downers?
Devil's lettuce.
To sort of calm your nerves?
Yeah, I'm not looking to knock my shit out, but
I don't want the heavy NyQuil.
The downers would probably blunt your mind, which would put you in a more relaxed state.
okay, so I'll do a little bit, do like a quarter of a line.
You gotta smoke a line?
Well, they're rocks, right? So I would just ground it up,
Okay.
snort it off my dagger.
Jesus Christ, do we witness this?
He's on my shoulder.
Yeah, so,
You can hear this grinding in your left ear. You see him just like he's got the blade, the edge of his blade on his hand. He's just like,
Okay. I
and
pull
then
out
you
my-
just
Okay. And I go over to Azrael with my map with the X's I've marked on it. Do you know if we'll be crossing under these areas?
Dragon Man. Those are hundreds of miles away.
Holy fuck!
So no then.
No.
Okay. Put it away. I promised the mushrooms that there would plenty babies in those areas.
She sort of looks around to you to help me out here. Is and then looks back to you. Good luck.
Thank you. So where to now? You are the guide.
Back into the darkness, where I am more comfortable. Leave this wretched light behind.
Oh, you like these guys?
Fuck.
Oh, actually, I have mushrooms now, so it will be somewhat light over there too.
It's a bit of a glow as you
Yes.
guys make your way into the cavern, and now you're leaving. And as you make your way through the caverns that wind away, eventually the soft glow of the green water of the lake pulls away, and it's just almost darkness. But then you've got your little glowing cluster of mushrooms right at your hip.
Yes.
How far is the wreckage of the boat?
40 feet?
40 feet?
Yeah.
Could I use the grappling hook and rope? I have 50 feet of rope to throw it, hook onto it, and pull some wood.
The wreckage specifically?
Yeah.
Sure. Give me... for you, this is going to be an attack roll. Given your sailor background and your experiences on the sea, I'd imagine this is pretty...
I love rope.
I know.
That's so weird. Yes. All right, 17 plus 8 is...
Don't judge.
25... No, 17 plus 8.
25.
25, yeah. Yeah, because it would be 26 otherwise. Yeah, 25.
Okay, so you send your grappling hook.
26 minus 1. 8 plus 8 is
That's
16.
how math
Yeah.
works, ladies and gentlemen.
You put it in. You pull it in, and you pull it through the water, causing these ripples. And you bring a couple of boards with you. And you bring the boards to the shore right before you leave.
Okay. What I want to do is...
At this point, everyone has like started to enter the cavern and is beginning to walk. You kind of like stepped away to...
Wait a minute. I'm going to take the boards. I'm going to make kind of like a makeshift shelf with a little... Like it's going to be kind of like a long, a short, and another shorter one.
Okay.
Like a shelf type thing. I'm going to take a bunch of the dirt that's not occupied by mushrooms and fill it up.
Okay.
And I'm going to try to makeshift a little like shelf thing that I... Like the one that I designed for the spiders, but for Oni so that he could put the mushrooms if he wants to put them in there.
Is there time for you to make a mushroom?
You can take the materials and like make them during your next watch.
Yeah, okay, alright.
Yeah, so you take the materials, you wrap the boards around in rope, and you kind of fasten it.
Yeah, and I can put, you know what, fuck it. I'm going to use the firm-foot drinking horn to pack a bunch of the dirt in there.
Sure, you just scoop up a whole bunch of dirt into your
I haven't
horn.
used
He
it.
eats no blood.
I've never used the horn before. I just have it.
Agar needs souvenirs.
While Agar is fishing, I'll go over seeing Sebastian as nervous as I am, and I will hand him a little rock and say, like, this will take the edge off if you want it. And just walk away.
I push it back into his hand and say, I guess I'm a lightweight. I think I might need all my senses if we have to fight anything. Thanks, though.
It's what I'm here for.
Keep it in mind.
Regardless, as you take the pieces of wood, fasten it to yourself, and you're like, hey, what up, guys? And you begin to make your way back. You look out, and there's just like this bubbling in the water.
Get the fuck out! Go! No, go!
You guys just hear and see Agar just kind of like hustling ass.
Get the fuck out of here!
What's his
I
deal?
don't know what is wrong.
Look, I got this shit from the... We talk about it later. That thing is fucking moving back there. Let's just fucking go.
Mushrooms?
Does
No,
there
the-
actually seem to be as much alarm as he's portraying?
You wouldn't know. Insight check.
Agar overreaction check.
Yep.
12.
12. Agar is animated, but this seems a little more than usual.
Alright. I fast mom walk out of there.
Yeah, let's just get the fuck out.
I'm gonna keep on walking.
Climb back up on me.
I'm keeping an eye. I'm taking up the caboose.
Hey, Felix, can you cast a message, please, on me?
And I'm keeping an eye behind us.
On you? Sure. I will cast message and be like, hey, what's up, buddy?
I have a question. What... Now that I think about it, this is probably going to be very distracting. I should probably ask you later. Never mind. Thank you.
You're very welcome.
Sorry. What are you doing keeping secrets among people? It sucks.
It's not even a secret. It's just nothing.
That's right.
Yeah, but we don't know that.
That's also true. But I mean, I tried to keep it between me and the guy that's inches away from me.
That's fair.
Yeah,
Do I hear them?
very much doubt that.
You know what? Don't worry about it. I'm too
Yeah.
distracted. I'm all the way in the back.
Yeah, your mind is racing through the possibilities of what could have been bubbling.
I've
Yeah,
seen
sorry.
some fucking creatures of the deep. I'm not excited to see any more anytime soon, especially ones from the underdark. Let's just get the fuck out.
Are we stealthing? Are we stealthing? Are we supposed to be doing this quietly?
I reached to feel
Always?
the scars.
Oh, sorry. One. Okay.
Oh,
Go ahead,
I'll
stealth
get on my
checks.
haunches. Ooh, that is not good. We'll roll for Arquillo. Arquillo is doing great.
He's on you, so he's like, thanks so hard.
Yeah. Arquillo got a 22.
22.
Arquillo.
What'd you get?
I got less. I got a 3.
I got 15.
So did I. Hey.
3, 15,
19.
3.
3. Felix?
25.
Not bad.
Weird
So-
spread.
As the car is like running through to catch up with you guys and all animated, you see Azrael kind of trip a little bit, and she turns around with frustration and just bellows out into the cavern. Will you keep it down?
I sort of pet the mushrooms.
But you just tripped.
She did let me eat this fight.
12. At her behest. to reroll
To
stealth. To re-stealth. At her behest.
It is okay, mushrooms. She is easily younger.
We're walking on thin ice. Let's move. She turns around, proceeds to walk back in.
Kind of lean over to Riley.
Yeah. That means dangerous territory.
Okay.
Riley is Tony's interpreter.
Yes.
You guys walk for several hours. Are you guys walking in pretty much the darkness with just the soft glow of light? from
I am
Emily,
looking
or-
through Yume's eyes, who is planted on my head. What? I'm a pack mule, guys. I got Felix on one shoulder, Arquillo on the other, and Yume on my head.
He gave up all the horses.
Yeah.
Is Yume albino?
No, not right now.
Is black?
Yeah, black bat with
He's the only
golden
not
eyes.
mammal.
So you see this
Yeah.
black bat nestled in Oni's white hair, almost like it was nestled in like albino grass. Just
Yeah. With
Wait, are
golden
you in
eyes.
tiefling form right now?
No.
he always has white hair in both forms.
Yeah.
Riley specifically, I'm asking, are you casting light or are you going just by darkness?
Do you guys want light?
Oh, Riley, do you want to carry the mushrooms? Maybe they can become your friends too.
Do you guys want light?
I'm okay.
I
Well,
mean,
what-
I would like it, but Azrael, what do you think?
The less light, the better. Is it necessary?
I mean, I can't see shit, but I'm not walking, so
I can see fine.
I mean,
Well, I can see that smirk on your face.
yeah.
I just assumed it was there.
I am walking for 1, 2, 3.
then I won't cast light.
So you just put your hand out and touch Oni's shoulder. You just kind of walk that way.
I
He
am
doesn't
walking
have dark
for
vision,
about
does he?
Yume does, though.
Yeah,
I'm
he's
for
looking
Yume's
through
eyes.
Yume.
Oh, Arquillo, can you guide Riley, please?
Riley, grab onto my tail.
It's kind of really low down on the ground.
He's on my
He's on
shoulder
our
right now.
Oh, okay.
And then when you say that, you just feel like a poof into your chest as he jumped from Oni's shoulder onto you. And he's just like on you right now. And then he around your neck. So his head's like sort of nestled underneath your chin.
Aww. Yeah.
Riley. Is his voice really loud right in your ear? Riley.
Mm-hmm.
We're partners.
Always.
Okay, just keep going straight.
Thank you, Arquillo.
Is that piece still relevant?
Not at this point.
I like it.
I'd like it to.
Put so much fucking time.
It's okay, I befriended them. I think that was the best result.
And then I colored one mushroom patch, and I was like, oh, fuck, I shouldn't have done that. Now I gotta color a bunch.
Well, it looks
And then you
beautiful.
did. Yes, we appreciate it.
Okay.
It'll
So
go to
you
a
guys-
museum.
In the LDL archives
Yeah.
of battle maps that were used and unused.
Yep. Or not.
If we
used
ever
at all.
fight bubble monsters, we
Oh.
can use it again.
Yeah. Just change gelatinous cubes to be spheres.
Yeah, or if
Gelatinous
you
orbs.
have marbles.
Or for tripping balls. This is what you see.
Yeah.
You ever take a bubble bath? Arachnia. You guys continue for several hours before you finally take a rest,
Dope.
grab some food, rehydrate, mostly in silence. Anytime one of you starts to chit-chat, you hear the scrape of blade on stone from Azrael.
What was that?
I thought we were being quiet.
I've been marking with chalk.
Wait, why is that happening?
Shut up.
Oh. Sorry.
I will cut your tongue out. So you guys just like eat inside.
I'll cast
It's a very
message
loud gulping.
to her.
It was a stage gulp.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll cast,
To Azrael?
yeah.
Oh, here we go.
Is there anything in particular I should be looking out for? Since you're up front, I guess I can help watching in the back.
I'm in the back.
I know. I said help.
Oh, okay.
Keep an eye on your companions. Make sure they don't do anything foolish.
No promises.
Keep an eye on the corridors that we pass but do not enter. Keep an eye on me.
Yes, ma'am.
The last one's just for
I
fun.
think she prefers
Yeah.
mistress.
Oh, that's good.
While we're snacking, I'll shoot Oni a message in the darkness. Just be like, hey, you were about to say something earlier? Everything alright?
Did you get the same request that you made me?
No.
Okay.
Good.
Same request.
No, in a sad voice.
Oh, bummer.
I'm guessing it's the same.
Speak special message.
Yeah,
Right.
this Felix's special
The
message.
same offer.
Right.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay. I would like to hear more when possible.
You have but to ask.
Perhaps when we can actually help. Cool.
You guys eventually pack up your stuff, continue walking along the way.
That was just snack time.
That was just snack
Short
break
rest.
time. Yeah, short rest. You continue for several more hours. And for everyone except Agar, it's really hard to tell time. You're very disoriented in the Underdark, especially for those of you that are walking in mostly darkness. In fact, for those of you that don't have dark vision, there's this instinctual desire to just like look back or look up, depending on your positioning, at the soft glow coming from Oni. Kind of the only visual stimulation that you have in this environment. And so like rather than like looking at the darkness, your eyes go to his hip. You can see this soft purple glow next to part of his armor, next to another pouch. Every once in a while you can see his black scaled dragon arm swing by as his gait, and you see a few like scars on his scale. And for those of you without dark vision, this is your visual experience for the day. It's kind of Oni's hip and his scarred arm.
Damn.
I mean, to be fair, for the rest of us, it's just rock walls. So you ain't missing too much.
You continue, and then suddenly Azrael stops in her tracks, turns around, says, "The next hour, we're going to be crossing a cavern of undead.
Oh.
Do we have to?
Yes.
I fucking hate the undead.
Simply walk past.
Do you... Do you want me to kill them all?
No.
Oh.
Well, lest we incur the wrath of Dankus.
I'm sorry. Do I recognize that name?
No, you do not.
Okay.
Do I?
No.
I'm asking the DM.
Dunk,
You
Dunk,
can stop
but yeah.
too.
Dunk. No, you do not.
Okay.
Dankus is like a.
It's not a religious thing.
No, it's like a
Okay.
first name. It's like
Okay.
someone's name.
Okay, cool. I wasn't sure if it was like
Oh,
a
I thought it was like a
deity or what.
deity.
Yeah,
Yeah,
same.
yeah,
It's more threatening than Fred.
You little- I don't know any Freds.
Yeah, you do. Oh, Oni
We'll
doesn't.
be crossing the lair of Dankus the Cruel.
The
Cruel?
Cruel.
Not the cool.
Not a nice man.
Listen.
They'll be quiet, I promise.
I can't.
If they don't, will you pay the repercussions?
No.
I can run. We can get to the Drow City and do whatever.
Or we can do whatever.
Oh god. I knew I was gonna go there.
I'm gonna stand behind a guard now.
What the fuck are you doing?
No, for a rogue, he's awfully skittish. I
Yes.
suppose it helps.
Isn't that what defines rogues?
When we met him, he threw up because there was gore.
To remind
I
you.
threw it because he ate a gnoll.
I didn't eat a
Shut up!
Oh, sorry, guys.
fucking liar.
All of you.
Okay, so Dankus Cruel. Dead.
Shut up.
Oh, sorry.
Riley, stop giggling. We are a band of clowns in the Underdark.
You too?
I think because she was
I'm leading the
us.
band. Shut up! She walks up, gets in your face, and as she gets in your face, you can feel the coolness of metal, a metal blade against your forearm.
I have a pan flute in hand. Actually, I probably can't see that. Never mind.
She gets up in your face, she's like, we will be crossing the lair of Dankus the Cruel. There will be an army of undead. Simply move past. Pay them no mind. Do not cross the threshold into their cavern. We will simply walk by. Should you so much as break the barrier into their cavern, well, it'll be the last thing we do.
Why would we want to do that?
We wouldn't want to, but I've seen stupider things from you all.
Stupider is not a word.
Really?
Yes, it is.
It's more stupid.
You're more stupid. It's fully a word.
Dankus the Cruel. How do we know? How can we identify the barrier?
Yeah, how can we identify the barrier? How will we know?
Those of you with dark vision will see it.
Oh, great.
Those of you with dark vision, you will be standing to the left as we proceed.
Okay.
The entrance will
Are
be
we
on the
not
right.
allowed to leave the barrier?
Honestly, don't know. I've never seen them leave. I think they're there for protection, an alarm system, so to speak.
Mm.
So,
How
don't cross the threshold and the alarm won't go off.
many are we talking here?
She said army.
Does it fucking matter, dwarf?
Just saying.
Okay.
Trying to think of contingency plans.
Just don't cross the fucking threshold.
Well, that's the plan.
There's the plan.
That's the plan.
Okay, Riley to the left. Halfling. Felix on my shoulder. We are good.
And what if, like, the boat things don't go according to plan?
What boat things? What boat
I don't
things?
even listen to Odie.
Boat?
The plan was to get on the boat. Boat wasn't there.
Oh,
Plan's not to go past the barrier.
reference to boat. I see.
What if
Okay.
we have a boat
Situation.
conundrum?
Yeah, I see. My
Okay.
apologies.
We have a situation, then we backtrack, and we go out of our way and we do double time to make up for the time we lose.
Are you sure? Because I could just like destroy all of them.
And you will awaken the tyrant.
Dankos. Oh, so okay, the undead are not the threat. Dankos is. The undead will get Dankos, and that is problem. There we go.
What
I
is
understand.
Dankus?
This person.
Not quite.
Oh,
That's why I asked.
There are beings that live down here. More arrogant, more paranoid,
And you?
but more intelligent than almost any other creature down here. And they have the ability to innately weave and manipulate magic in the arcane.
I fucking hate this
To
place.
cancel it with their very gaze.
Oh.
And should you cross Dankus the Cruel, the undead beholder,
I knew it!
it will be the last thing
Oh,
you
no.
see, do, hear, or feel.
You said a beholder.
This is where they live, though.
She's not just.
This is a fucking fairy tale.
No.
Beholders aren't fucking real.
No, they are real.
What? There. What are you.
Beholders, the floating giant eyes with more eyes than a big mouth.
Wait,
This
no,
is
shh. Lower down the voice, like she said. Beholders, they are not good.
Do you read?
Sometimes.
I've read about like 1 million beholders. They're
Right.
totally real.
In children's stories. Look, I've seen a lot of fucked up shit lately. Beholders are not fucking real.
They are very real.
They don't live in the sea, dude.
Do you remember?
I've been to more places than just the sea.
Do you
Have
remember?
you seen a Hydra?
Aye.
So you've seen a creature with multiple heads regrow its heads instantly. And yet you can't believe there's a magical being somewhere in a cave.
But Hydra's been put to death. I mean, I've seen Hydras. Like, I wouldn't care to repeat that experience at all. But beholders, they're a completely different thing.
But do you remember the arcane mistakes that the hobgoblins made?
Aye.
I did not think much of them when I read my books of arcane creatures and well, lab mistakes. Beholders, they are in those books too.
I'll believe it when I see it.
No, let's not see it. It is bad if it sees us.
Okay,
when-
okay. Sure thing, mate.
In the words of the great Krampus, seeing isn't always believing.
I think it's about time for Felix to re-up on his downess.
You hear this crushing in your left ear again.
I see that. You don't really believe in beholders, do you?
It is not matter of belief, it is fact.
Have you ever seen one?
In the books, yes.
Have you ever seen one?
Have you ever seen... Oh, this is
Have
Ooh,
you
baby.
ever encountered a real life
the same
beholder?
molecule.
What does this all here say?
I take my big hit as a. I don't really believe in luck, but I still wear my socks inside out.
You don't believe in luck.
That does not sound right to you. Why would you wear your socks inside out?
It's supposed to be lucky.
Oh, I can't really.
I've actually heard of that one. Yeah, that I see.
Okay, either
Who
way.
cares if it's beholder or not? Let's not find out what it is.
Yes, it has.
Because I
army of
feel
undead.
they have confirmation about an army of undead, which to
Yes.
me is problematic enough.
Yes, Riley is very powerful and can probably destroy them all, but apparently that will warn Dankos. And whether the beholder or not, they control army of undead. We should not be fighting someone like this.
Alright. There's a threat out there, and we'll rather avoid it. We'll leave it at that.
Thank you for warning.
Stay to the left. That's all I need to know.
In fact,
Benoni's left shoulder.
everyone, just as you're walking for the next hour,
Mhm.
just drag your left hand across the cavern.
Okay.
Let's get as far away as possible from that right edge, from the threshold.
Okay.
Okay.
Get into position.
Make this as
Riley, just do what I do.
stupid proof as possible.
You'd be surprised.
I look
No, not at this point.
back in the direction of where the lake was, and just like I know we passed it a while ago, but I just look back and I think like maybe I was overreacting. Like, this is ridiculous.
Oh.
Everything you've heard of the Underdark is either true or an underestimation.
That is
I
unsettling.
mean, I know it's a dangerous place. I've been to the Underdark before.
Let's
but-
go. And you continue your way deeper and deeper into the Underdark. You travel for about 45 minutes. And then you feel Azrael, because she's leading the charge with you guys, you feel her pace slow down to about sort of half speed. And you walk for about 10 minutes at half speed. Until eventually, those of you with dark vision, you see up on the right-hand side, like a little opening that splits off into another corridor. And right as you're about to pull even, standing there, just sort of swaying, is the skeleton of an undead humanoid. Probably elvish in shape, but just kind of just staying there, swaying a little bit. And as you come into view, you can hear its jaw, and it just kind of watches you as you slowly creep across, looking to your right. And then those of you without dark vision, what you see is just the ever so faintest illumination of skeleton from the purple hue, the purple glow from Oni. And so you see, what you don't see is frightening, because all you see is just like the faintest outline of bone, and you can hear bone on bone slowly turn to watch you guys as you make your way past.
I cast a message to Felix.
I have buried my head into Oni's head, so I can't look.
Don't freak out, but there's a crazy looking skeleton to the right.
Oh, you
Great. Thank you so much.
And as you now begin to pull even with this corridor, those of you with dark vision can see dotted behind several more
Oh my god.
of these people. And you can tell easily enough they're in various states of decay.
Oh god.
Some of them are pure bone with they're wearing like armor and tunics. Some of them still have flesh, and in fact, as you guys walk by, you can hear part of the flesh just slob off into the cave. And those of you that don't see, all you hear is just
How am I feeling with my downers?
give me a Constitution saving throw.
Yes, if I need more. 16.
16. Your tolerance throughout the years combined with the emotions that have sort of sobered you up for a moment doesn't feel like they're working.
Yeah, I'm gonna need more.
Okay? You begin feeling him rustling through. You put your dragon claw up to maybe stop him in the moment from making too much noise.
Felix, relax. You are on the left side. Do not worry.
And you just hear the shifting of skeleton skulls on their spines, craning to watch you guys as you move past this opening.
They don't have any fucking muscles. How are they moving? It's just bones.
It is on
And then you continue past further and further, still at a slow pace. But then, after about 10 minutes of that slow crawl by Azrael, you hear a from your drow guide. And then you continue to walk with more alacrity deeper into the Underdark. And that's where we're going to take our break.
Cool.
So, we'll be back in a minute.
Vote for who gets the Legends
Yes,
die.
legendary die. For those of you that are out there in the world, vote. And you can give Oni, Riley, Sebastian, Agar, Felix, or myself a d20 to roll.
Arquillo or the mushrooms.
The mushrooms don't.
We'll see you in a bit. And we're back!
Hello.
So, we're back from break,
Yes.
and we are going to roll for the legendary die. Due to an extreme paucity of votes, we're going to roll for it instead. So I will roll a d20, and then we will all roll a d20 again,
Why don't you roll a d6?
and then we will see who gets it.
Because it's more exciting with a d20.
I like a d20.
All right.
Also,
D6s are more prone to ties.
That's
Yeah.
right.
All right, ready?
Yes, please. Don't forget to roll for you.
Rolling that 20. Is that what smart is?
So what do we have to match?
Did you roll the same number?
I did.
Oh, you
1
son
in
of a
400
bitch.
chance.
Wait, but what's the number?
14.
Damn it.
Well, I was gonna say like you just assign
No,
a
he
number
rolls-
to each of us,
Nope.
1 through 6, and
Nope.
then you roll a d6.
Oh,
Like that.
that does work.
This is the way it's happening, Marco.
No, that's fine. I was just making a suggestion.
Yeah, no, that does make sense though.
Yeah,
5.
Do you? Boo?
Yeah, you got you. Unless Chris rolled a 14.
19.
Damn it.
I get the d20,
Oh,
the
fucking
Legends
shit.
die
That's not good.
that I will use.
We fucked this up, guys.
It's okay. Maybe he'll use it for Arquillo.
Or for Azrael.
You know, I would say that, but she's not always on our side.
So during the first half
Great.
of
This is gonna be
today's
great.
session,
During.
you negotiated, communicated, and eventually befriended your way across a mushroom forest
Yes.
of bioluminescent sentient creatures.
We are family
It's
now.
like alien telepathic consciousness that bonded with Oni.
We have so many friends.
And you made your way across the lake. Perhaps poking it a little bit as Agar began to see something bubble beneath the surface and then swiftly made his way away from it and into the corridor. You guys continued your passage, traveling for hours before Azrael warned you all about an upcoming corridor that it was the utmost importance to avoid. And despite shaking in your shoes, you managed to avoid it without incident. And so you continue traveling for the day. And you pull up for camp. You stop, ready to eat, ready to have your evening's rest, pulling off into one of the corridors and then going into a little alcove to try and find yourself a safe haven. Don't worry about the series of watches, but just tell me, is there anything you want to do tonight? Before,
Yes.
during, or after bed?
I also have a thing.
Okay, Felix,
Could I,
start with you.
I'd like to take a watch with Oni,
Dope.
Sure.
if possible.
Yeah.
Easy
I'm
enough.
down. First watch. Let's do it.
Cool.
We'll just skip right to that.
All right. So I'll sit down like immediately. Oni,
Yes.
you know how like when that creature was attacking you, it was like gonna fuck you up, but then you cast shield.
Yes.
Like I know that Bod could do that, and it was super cool. And like I've been reading up on his journal a lot,
Okay.
and like I got the verbal part down pretty much. But do you think you could kind of like run me through the somatic components a bit, and like can I just give a rundown of it?
Absolutely. And I'll sort of. Would you be willing to spar?
Like I guess
Good. Get your rapier out.
I am blind right now.
Oh, it's also okay. I will not use you, mate. And I'll sort of spar with him and kind of run through that.
Okay.
Oh yeah, that's better. I will cast Create Bonfire. Now that way we can both see.
You cast it, and immediately from the edge of the alcove, there's like almost a vampiric hiss, like.
What was that?
You see Azrael wincing, practically in pain.
Oh, sorry about that.
She looks at you. Is that necessary? No. Put it out. Thank you.
I guess I put it out. Felix, do people do that a lot? I have not encountered that a lot. She asked me a question, then answered the question, and then told me what to do.
No, I see. She is. There's a colloquial term for what we call her. It's bitch.
Oh.
Are you
Kind of a
whispering?
slang term.
Yeah, I assume we're whispering because
Are you
she's trying to sleep,
whispering,
right?
Probably not.
Oh no. Okay.
What's your AC?
Learn how to use shield.
15. Yep, I say I have shield now.
15, you said?
You do?
Yeah.
You have shield?
I'm teaching it to him, so sure.
I mean, I technically have it. I was asking him to explain it to me, so I'd have it for story reasons, but you technically have it.
16, as you've...
Perfect chance.
Do it. Use it.
As a
I'm gonna
small
give
dagger
myself-
whistles through the air, you hear the whistling racing between your shoulder blades, racing towards your shoulder blades.
I'm going to give myself a general dex check to see if I can react.
Reaction time. Okay, go for it.
Nope, it hits me.
Okay.
I try to summon the shield. No.
You were doing it right, by the way. It's a bit slow at the moment, but that is the right motion. So yes.
You take a shit ton of damage.
Oh god.
I'm not even gonna roll for it. You take a lot, 7d6 of damage plus a lot. You take a lot of damage.
20.
Yeah, more than half my health.
How much HP is
Your shoulder blades pinch backward right between her dagger, and you can feel poison coursing through the left half of your body, and then through the right half of your body, you feel this familiar necrotic energy to the right half. But it still winces in pain.
I'll pull the dagger out.
Ow. Fuck. Shit.
As you pull the dagger out, the little threads on the back of his shirt interweave.
This is a very good shot. I should get one. And I'll go over to Azrael and say, here you go. It's helpful training. I appreciate it.
She leans up.
Okay. No bonfire. And I'll turn around.
Just kind of nursing my wound to like. She kind of proved my point.
Okay, so next time, a bit faster. But you have, that is the right motions. You have it down correctly. And I'll kind of help him do it. Like I'll just run it through with him.
Okay.
Any other assistance you require?
Oh, sorry. Just wanted to practice that because that would have been real helpful in moments like just right there.
Yes, certainly. Okay, so we'll keep doing that for, I'd say, about half the watch. And then the other half, if you do not mind. I would like to hear more about what happened exactly, how it all happened. If it is okay. If not, I can read my gnomish, elvish history of boring things that help me learn elvish.
Do we need to leave?
Nah. It's just. I got put in a tight spot and I panicked.
I understand that position. Only that my panic nearly got me killed and then other people died instead. Did that happen to you too?
No, thankfully.
Okay.
But if I hadn't done something, I think death would have been there.
Okay. Do you know of any... Have you done any kind of research on what this is and perhaps how to get away from it all?
I don't. I'm worried about if I get away from it, that the whole reason I got into it would be undone.
So there was some sort of, I suppose, deal that was had.
Yeah. Not quite the one I sent you, but yeah.
A worse deal.
Let's say I would have rather taken my deal than the one I got.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, whenever I get access to a library or something, I will see what I can find on the matter.
I can tell you that if you find a way to break it, I won't take it. I can't risk the things being undone that I've promised.
At the very least, it would be good information for you to have. Careful with that. They look like expensive dice.
As he's sort of habitually just fiddling with his diamond dice in his hands, he drops one.
It'd fall around in the darkness quickly.
Relax, I'll have you get it for you. So, like I said, that would be good information to have regardless. And if I understand that you are concerned of what might happen if the others know, I don't think you should be. You know, perhaps they have other insights or perhaps something else. But
they also might be a bit less forgiving.
Perhaps, but secrets, although sometimes important, if they cause mistrust, they are no good. It is better to be in a trusting relationship with those around you than not. And if you cannot have trust, then how can you cannot feel safe? You know?
But don't feel safe.
That is because you do not trust the people around you.
Yeah, I don't really trust anyone, to be honest.
You should change this.
And I kind of gesture towards my mushrooms. I made new family today.
They trusted me with their babies.
Yeah, that sounds like a horrible idea. They didn't know you at all. You would not to suggest that you would do horrible things to them, but they had no reason to believe that you would do horrible things.
Yes, but when we met, you paralyzed me, and now we are here.
Yeah. Which, that's uncommon.
Perhaps, but this group is not common. Especially Riley.
I mean, she seems great and all. Don't think she likes me very much. But, I mean, a lot of people don't like me. I mean, well, a lot of people like me, but
How
I
many
usually
people know
talk to
you?
people more than a day or two.
Fair. People like you when they meet you, but do they know you? Do I know you? I think I do.
I mean, to an extent.
Okay. Well, I suppose you do not have to come to conclusion or decision tonight, but something to consider. Maintain good relationships with people using trust. I think it is better. It has worked for me. And you know my story. All of it is people dying where I should have. It is not good. And I am maybe not exactly responsible for all of them, but I feel responsible for too many.
Yeah, there's a difference there, where you're a good person and do your best to do good things, whether you succeed or fail or not. There's a big difference between you making a mistake and someone making a decision. Fuck-ups happen. So when you make a mistake, it sucks. But if I make a decision, that's worse.
Mistakes are usually decisions that are not the right one to make. That is usually the case for me. I am not good with, people. or communicating, perhaps. Well, that is not true. I do not know how to express it. I say what I mean, and I mean what I say, and then other people say what they mean, but they do not always, or, well, they try to, but they don't do a good job. And then I get sometimes in trouble, like, it happens. But that is misunderstanding, you know? But I make decisions that sometimes get us in trouble. Like the axe that we got from Vincent. I cast spell to identify it, but I knew that the spell could not pick up on curses. I should have had that thought before I expressed my interest in the axe. It is...
Right, that's what I'm saying. You made a mistake. You didn't have all the information.
I did though. Or rather, I knew that my information could not be complete.
Yes, I
Again.
made decisions knowing full well that what I could do hurts people.
Well, Felix,
I'm
regardless,
not a
you
good
cannot...
person like you.
I think it is probably not good for you to continue living your life like this. You cannot trust anyone. You live in constant fear that if someone finds out the truth about you, they will want to kill you or something. And I simply don't think that is always true. I am an example of that, for example, yes? Or all other people, yes? If they take you up on the deal, that means they wanted it, although they probably should not want it. But still, you are not forcing anyone to do anything.
No, but that's kind of the difference. When it comes down to whether or not someone kills me, I only get to get that incorrect one time.
Well, you should trust. You should just trust. I am a good first step, I think. It sounds like you didn't really have much of a choice in the matter in the first place. And where you are now is not entirely up to you in the first place either, for that matter. It is like you are a slave.
It certainly feels that way sometimes, but I don't know. I don't see me telling someone like a guy the truth and then him hugging it out later.
Well, I don't know exactly how a god would react. I don't perhaps know that much about him. He did not like the Intor when they did the drug thing, but that seems very calculated. Yours not so much. Granted,
Pretty aware of what I'm doing.
the Melzana situation, that was absolutely your fault.
Yeah.
And I did not appreciate that. None of us did. And that is why everyone was mad at you, not because of your offers to other people, but because of the Melzana thing. If you can keep those types of things under control, we should be good.
Yeah, no, and I get that. That makes sense, because I that was a momentary lapse in judgment. I fucked up there. I accept it. It makes... It's you guys were right to be upset at that, because that was a dumb shit thing to do.
Yes.
That's the kind of mistake that people make and can be forgiven for because they didn't plan to make that mistake. I've hurt people on purpose. It's not something that's as forgivable.
I've killed people. Regardless, I think I've made my point clear.
You have.
Would you like to read Gnomish and then Elvish? I can perhaps teach you.
I'd love to learn.
Okay. And I'll pull out my book and sit there and read it with him.
Okay. Arquillo nestles up next to you, kind of expecting like a lesson.
Yes, absolutely.
These are different.
Yes, they are. This is Gnomish, this is Elvish. I don't know Elvish, but I know Gnomish. Would you like to learn Gnomish as well?
It's not all the same.
No.
What do you
No.
mean?
Well, I say hello in Draconic.
Hello. He
Yes.
says in Draconic.
Yeah. And then I say hello in Common.
Hello.
Do you see how you understand the same thing, but I said it differently?
Yeah.
That is like on this paper.
Why? That's dumb. Why doesn't everyone use the same squiggles?
I don't know. But it would be easier, yes. But this is the way it is. It is better to know these squiggles. They are letters, by the way. And they make words.
Letters make words?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Clearly not understanding. Just
Oni doesn't pick up on it, so he thinks he gets it. Okay, let's go.
I understand.
Go through it with him. And Felix. Oh, I have 2 students now. This is exciting. Anybody else?
Anybody else want to do anything during their watch?
All I want to do is use my wand of secrets to see if there's a door within 30 feet of me.
Nothing. No trigger.
Bummer.
I want to start construction of the little shelf thing.
Okay. Roll a d20. And do you have crafting experience?
I am proficient with Tinker's tools. I do have
Sure. Tinker's
Smith's
tools. That works.
Okay.
All right. Dex plus proficiency.
8 plus 4 is 12.
12. You can create a little shelf. It's not sealed the best, so it might lose some soil. You might be able to like pad the inside of it with some cloth or something to like prevent the soil from exiting. But I mean, you're sort of limited in your tools and whatnot at the moment.
Yeah, I don't have any nails. What I was thinking of doing is making like a little pattern on one side and the opposite pattern with wood on the other, so they fit like a puzzle piece.
Yeah.
Like grooves, and that's what I was hoping to do.
Yeah, you can fasten a basic one of that. It's got some gaps in it because the wood's uneven and whatnot, but
Cool.
you got it.
Hey. And a little rope thingy around so that he can.
You give it to Oni.
I mean, I'm gonna. Well, if it's done
When
this
we wake
evening,
up.
yeah.
Yeah, it's done this evening.
Yeah.
You just do that over your 2-hour watch.
Yeah.
Okay.
Be perfect to set down in case of combat. Off in the corner.
My plan was to give it to Arquello and say, do not eat these mushrooms.
It's a good
They are
idea.
family.
It's a good idea. Ohana means family.
Yeah. Pretty much.
So, you guys wake up the next day, continue your journeys through the Underdark. A day passes through winding caverns. Very little light, very little rest, very little chit-chat. That day feels like a week. But eventually, you have your second night of rest. Wake up the next day. This is now your 3rd day in the Underdark. You begin traveling. Azrael moves down corridors with confidence. There doesn't seem to be any discernible reason why she's passing up some and taking others, but she seems to be moving with purpose.
I keep marking with chalk.
Eventually, you guys open up into a larger space, another cavern-like setting. And Azrael sort of looks back over her shoulder and says, Riley, provide us some light, please.
How much light?
What?
As much as you can.
Are you gonna light up my armor? or
Cast
something?
daylight.
Oh shit.
What?
Okay. You cast...
Did you prepare that? Holy crap.
I don't have to prepare it.
Yeah, you cast
Like
daylight,
that, yeah.
and this just as if the sun were, rising up over the horizon of Riley's shield. There's just this uncomfortable radiance of light, especially at this point because you guys have been traveling in almost pure darkness now for 2 or 3 days, so your eyes are just not prepared for it. And for many of you, it's temporarily blinding. Azrael moves as far away as she can. All right, get a little less. Maybe not so much.
It lasts
It lasts a while.
1 hour.
Yeah.
Can we do something about that?
Can you uncast it?
Can you muffle it?
Concentration?
I move over to put Riley's hood up.
She has a hood.
I assume most cloaks in D&D have a hood.
I don't know if she had a cloak.
I mean, I assume I can dismiss it. Doesn't say I can, but I assume I
Yeah,
can.
I assume you have that much control over your spell that you can dismiss it.
Are you sure that was like really powerful?
Can you at least muffle it a little bit?
No. It's the sun. Want some glasses?
No, I'll just be over here. She starts like walking away from you guys, and you guys see inside this cavern now that it's illuminated, a number of messed up structures, like an abandoned stone village with part of the ruins collapsed. Like some of the buildings are fallen inward and whatnot. And you guys are just in this space now with a bunch of little houses. And there's one prominent house in the middle that has some degradation to it. It's collapsed a little bit on one of the edges. One of the columns has fallen inward, and like the ceiling is collapsed in. But Azrael kind of points off. She goes, that, trying to look in your direction, but not really. She's like, that one in the middle. We need a key. Go get the key.
I send you, man.
Okay.
To just scout the area as we approach.
I'll
Perception check.
I'll go as well.
Okay.
I mean, we're all going, I assume. I'm just sending Yume ahead.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So perception check for you, May.
Okay. 16.
16. Does she enter the building or just from the outside?
Just from the outside. I mean, she is a bat. I don't know if there's like an open window or like a
The door is cracked open.
Is there like, you said it's kind of collapsed. Is there like a hole in the ceiling?
Yeah.
Okay, she'll like sort of do a once in and out.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
She goes in. A lot of cobwebs, a lot of dust. Doesn't look like there's been much, if any, activity here for a long time. No signs of life. There are basic furniture. A lot of it mostly stone.
Mm-hmm.
Some of it seems to be long, sort of dried up or decayed wood. No signs of life or activity.
Cool. It looks clear. Unless there are traps, it looks fine.
I'm gonna go be the first into the house.
Oh, wait. Rayleigh has a wand. It will illuminate any traps or something, if there are any.
I stop in my tracks.
Is anyone else not freaked out? There's a town like miles underground.
There's a whole
She lives in a city.
world
She's going to take us to
underground.
city, yes?
Yeah, but not this one.
Well, I guess.
I'm more freaked out because it's like destroyed.
I don't know, I guess I assume there is entire society underground. That's
Wait.
what she said, their city.
Who
What?
lived here?
What good is this key for?
It's going to make our passage quicker.
And why don't you have it on you right now?
What? She got
I
caught by
couldn't
the
get it
people.
myself.
Why?
It's drow aversive.
Insight check.
Go for it.
Drow aversive. Well, oh, like sunlight.
Oh yeah, daylight's gonna fuck her up.
Yeah.
Really?
It'll make it problematic for
22.
her.
Jesus.
22.
She has disadvantage on like everything in daylight.
Perception checks.
Oh, I can dismiss it. I'm just not.
She seems pretty genuine.
Should I drop the sun?
I know she would like that.
I would appreciate that. You don't need quite this much light.
Will you be nicer?
No.
Why are you so grumpy?
What do you mean by drow aversive? That was sort of the point of the insight check.
Grumpy because men don't know how to wait their turn.
Oh,
But,
you asked us to-
Sebastian, there's a key in there that requires a fulfillment of tasks that cannot be fulfilled by drow blood.
Hmm.
Is the key racist?
No, but the locks were guarded and warded against my kind,
Okay.
so that we should not enter.
Who used to live in this town?
You ever heard of rock gnomes?
Yes.
Aye. Okay. Alright. I'm gonna go to the door. And,
Use the wand.
do I see anything?
I will check the door for traps.
I like
Okay, check for traps.
Is that an investigation check?
Yes.
Here goes the sun. I call it the sunlight. Daylight.
Unnatural 20.
A natural 20. Does not appear to be trapped
Cast light.
at the opening, at the entrance.
Okay.
I got this. Bam! Just bust it open with my foot.
The door swings on its hinges and clatters loudly inside. In fact, you can see and hear and feel dust fall from the ceiling. You kind of choke a little bit. You cough.
Well, that was easier than I thought.
Yeah, it was cracked.
Yes.
And inside,
She said there was going to be locks.
inside you see a number of structures, monuments. You see what seem to be 3 boulder-like shapes, as well as 3 smaller, well-carved, deliberately carved columns. So you see something that looks like this.
Where am I?
Boom.
Okay. So those are 3 large boulders,
1, 2, 3.
and then those are columns that can't be moved.
I mean, you're not sure yet, but
I'll go inspect.
they appear pretty solid.
I'll go inspect the column, the first column closest to me.
Okay, investigation check.
What are the red
What is
things?
a red?
Yeah, can we assume I go in and check out a red thing? Since I'm
Okay.
literally at the door he just kicked.
Are you all gonna follow in?
Yeah.
13.
Timidly.
How big's this house?
It's to scale,
Big house. Well, small house.
roughly.
It's a house.
Yeah.
What is it? 13?
13 at the first column.
This one right here.
I'll join Sebastian as well.
You go and investigate it, and as you investigate it, you don't see anything at first, but then you take your hands and you wipe away a big, thick pile of dust. And as you move the dust away, you do see shapes, familiar shapes. You don't understand what they mean, but you've definitely seen them before. You've seen them in Oni's book.
Oi! Oi!
Yes.
Oni,
Yes.
there's a... You should look at it. This looks familiar. I think you should check this out.
Okay.
I'm going to go inspect the boulder while he does that.
I'll cast Great Bonfire in the middle of the room as I approach.
Okay. So you
Oh, we have
cast-
daylight.
She dropped it.
Oh.
I mean, I have light on, but
It's not the same.
So,
Thank you.
okay. Bonfire illuminates the room. And now that you get a good look at it, what you see are 3 boulders kind of positioned in a triangular-like formation. A series of 3 small, nicely carved columns.
Mm-hmm.
And then to your left, you see a small box with a little bit of an opening. And if you go inspect it, it looks like there's a small brazier in there.
Oh.
And then back here is a mirror, which is like the faint outline of metal. A solid black surfaced mirror. But there's no reflection. It's just like black glass. It's
Right.
obsidian glass.
Okay.
Are the columns floor to ceiling, or do they level off?
These? Yeah,
Yeah.
those are floor to ceiling.
I'd like to examine the column
Okay.
as I approach with a torch as well.
Give me an intelligence check.
Any specific kind?
Arcana, specifically.
Yeah. Arcana is +6, so 23. Right.
23.
Whoa!
You recognize a lot of these ruins, not all of them, but you recognize them, and these are definitely warded with evocation magic.
Ooh, do I recognize it? Everyone, I need 10 minutes. And I'll sit down, or well, not sit down, but like cast Identify on the columns for 10 minutes.
Okay.
No one touch anything.
You guys sit and wait and watch as Oni goes into this meditative trance.
While he's doing
He
that
needs to
and we're
study
not
it.
doing anything, can I cast Comprehend Languages and try to read the columns?
Sure. Okay. So while he's doing that, which columns are you specifically going up to?
I guess the first one that has the stuff wiped.
Yeah, I'm at
Like
that
here?
one too as
Yeah.
well.
I had moved to the boulder, by the way. I don't use at that column now.
You don't see any specific language on this one, just arcane words and runes.
Can I check a boulder then?
Yeah, so you go over to the boulder.
I guess I will check each element for words.
Okay. You do see written on this brazier right here is Holy Radiance shall reveal thy way.
Okay, I relay that.
Over here, you see Dwarven strength shall reveal thy path. And then, underneath that as well, you see the tune shall turn.
The tune shall turn. Interesting.
And so those two phrases were written on all three.
On all three.
Yes.
The tomb or T-U-N-E?
Yeah.
T-O-M-B. T-U-N-E.
Yes, the tune, T-U-N-E, shall turn.
Do I recognize any specific spell associated to this column?
It's a lot of force damage.
Okay.
Something will smack you real hard.
This is Arcane Trap. If anything, I'm not sure what triggers it, but something will, and it will hurt a lot. Like a lot.
I back far away.
Yes, that is wise. Well, perhaps. I don't know if it has how much range it has to it, honestly.
Do you relay what you read?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, they're all
read
the
it out
same,
loud,
so I
yeah.
just say all.
And so these boulders are they look to be exactly like a boulder. They have this etching of language that Sebastian stumbled upon and read, but they're not solid. They have this cracked surface to them, like almost like really dry, cracked concrete to it.
So
Can you cast mending on that?
should I just cast Sacred Flame on the Radiance one?
Oh, yes.
Was there anything on the mirror?
It's just a mirror as far as I'm aware.
It was just a mirror.
Do you think we have to do this in some sort of order, or what?
I could try to play something.
Yes, please.
Let's
Try
do it all at the same time.
What do we do exactly?
So-
Agar moves a rock while Felix plays a song and you cast Sacred Flame?
Agar hits it.
Should I hit it? That
Oh,
doesn't
cracking
seem
it.
very
What would you have to
Dwarven
raise?
Prudent.
strength shall...
I want to try to lift
What?
the rock.
Show the path. Reveal the
Wait,
path.
we're
Strength
gonna
check.
do it all at the same time.
It's happening.
Okay,
Well, you can use that as the trigger motion to...
sure.
24.
24. You lift it. You can get underneath it, and so you see Agar squat down, good form, back straight, low in his hips. He squats down, pulls his hands underneath it. And he's lifting it up. It's pretty heavy, but you got it underneath. You don't see
Is there
anything.
anything under it?
No.
Bum.
She casts Sacred
Well,
Flame on it.
I can lift it.
You cast Sacred Flame. Where?
On the Radiant folder.
Brazier.
Brazier has the thing.
On this
Oh,
thing?
it's
Mhm.
the brazier?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like a small box with a brazier.
Sorry, I was doing something while you were talking about that. Yeah.
I will play when she does that.
Okay. There's a spark of light, and as there's a spark of light, the whole room goes black for a second, and then it comes back to where it was.
That doesn't
Fuck,
sound like
should
a
have
good
left
thing.
the stupid daylight up.
That doesn't look like it would have been a good thing.
Does anything happen when Felix plays a song?
Felix, you play your tune carries out, but there is no response or anything.
Okay, maybe the mirror?
Can I?
I'm just gonna take you guys off the board for now,
Okay.
and then we'll just talk about where you're going.
Alright.
Can I roll one of the boulders into the column?
Oh yeah, let's break the force damage evocation. That'll go well.
Like, is there
strength roll.
is there anything else in the room aside from this stuff? Like
Can we look for tracks, as if someone has pushed these boulders
well,
around?
that's a good idea. Yeah, let's do
Investigation check.
Wouldn't that be survival?
You can roll with
Could
advantage.
be either, I guess.
Not 20.
Nat 20!
20. No recent tracks. In fact, you get the sense those boulders are supposed to be where they're currently placed.
Alright, I'll leave them alone.
Let's move the mirror.
Let's just look at
The
Zimir.
mirror is it's embedded into the wall.
Oh, we cannot move the
Kind of-
mirror.
No, correct.
But it's
I'd like
not a
to-
mirror, right? You're
It-
calling it a mirror, but it's not
Calling-
really.
yeah,
Reflective surface.
It's a golden archway with a black obsidian surface.
Oh, that's probably like a door.
I'd like to cast Great Bonfire in front of it.
Can I use my wand of secrets? Is that a door?
You use your wand of secrets.
Traps and secret doors.
Yes. So
I mean, it's probably a
Whoa,
guard
boy.
needs to like break it down, reveal the way.
Ooh.
It's probably a door, not a mirror. Oh, I mean, it's a crappy mirror anyway. You can't actually see anything.
So I'll just use these for now.
Okay.
You feel the tug of something here and something very near, kind of like right next to the entrance.
I'm gonna go look at it.
Go and take a look, and it's just wall, stone wall. There doesn't seem to be anything particularly special about it.
Hey,
Yes.
are they outlined in light, or did we say that's not happening anymore?
There was a brief flash of light.
I found 2 secrets. Here. And here.
To be clear, this one also flashed.
Okay.
And there. Oh, okay. So, like, maybe we sing at one of those, and then we cast Sacred Flame at one of those, and then smack the other one.
Jordan Strain.
Anybody know this
Oh.
shatter spell?
I want to hit that rock with my maul.
Like, roll
Wait,
for damage.
what
Don't even
rock?
roll to attack.
What
Roll
rock?
damage.
Damage.
The boulder that's right there. Ooh, 15.
15. Okay, so you take your maul, you bring it down, and it was a pretty good swing. You don't expect it to do that much damage, but there's this resounding echo, and your maul embeds itself into
Oh no.
the boulder, and then the boulder begins to collapse into dust.
Okay.
Oh.
And behind is the small statue of a gnome. So it falls away, and as it falls away, it's almost like slopping off parts of it, leaving behind a statue that was like within it.
I'm gonna do the same to both. Well,
Well, look at the statue.
I'm gonna look at the statue. Yeah, I'm gonna take a look at the statue. Does
Yeah,
it
I'd
look
like to join.
carved?
It looks carved, looks meticulously made. Within its stomach is a reflective surface, almost like a mirror.
I want to turn it towards
Can't.
the...
We have to play a tune to turn.
Oh, the tune will turn. Oi, Felix, play the
Yes.
thing. Do the thing with
Sebastian,
the music.
let's do the puzzles.
Okay.
Well, I'm following instructions. This puzzle's over here.
Still.
I'll play something peaceful and beautiful.
Okay, give me a performance roll.
22.
22. You begin to play it, and the monument vibrates a little bit with it, and slowly begins to rotate. Where do you want? So this is currently facing north. It will stop rotating when you stop playing the tune. Where do you want it to rotate to?
I look to the group for approval. Just keep playing. It's just like,
Make it face the column.
No, to the next
Oh,
boulder.
I know.
It's
The
currently
brazier-
facing the next
I know
boulder.
what happens. The brazier reflects on the statue, which reflects on the next statue, which reflects on the last statue,
Yes.
which reflects on the mirror.
Yes.
Brilliant. I'm gonna go
So-
break the other 2 boulders.
Turn it to face
I
at
will
an
turn it
angle to
to,
the
like-
next boulder.
No, the
So,
far
so
boulder.
it'll face
That's why the
directly
columns are where
to the pillar in front of it. So that way the light can angle.
This
No,
one?
yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
like
so-
there?
It should face the other boulder.
Wait, where do you want the light to reflect to, is what you're saying.
Yeah, so I want light to go from the brazier to there, the rock, in between the two.
Yeah,
Yeah.
to there.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Cool.
smash that.
Okay. There's another one. Again, the stone falls away, crumbling into ash, into a pile at the floor,
Really?
revealing another gnomish statue.
Cast silence on the
Shit.
first statue.
Okay, good, thank you.
Ah, smart. Yeah,
So
I
that's
saw
gonna
the
be a
problem
good
with what
problem.
we did.
That way,
Okay.
no sound can affect it. So when he plays the music, it will only affect that statue.
Well, should I wait till he breaks the last boulder so I only have to do it once?
Well,
Yeah,
you'd still have to do it again. Oh no, well, maybe.
We'll
Yeah, I'll
see.
break the
Yes,
last
yes.
one.
Okay.
yeah. Break the last one.
I'll break the last one.
Again,
Ritual, no?
same scenario.
Ritual.
Falls to ash, crumbling to the floor.
Okay, and then I will play until they are lined up.
Ritual
Wait.
sound. They don't cast a spell.
It is not a ritual. Oh, yes, it is. Okay, it's a ritual. It's really small on there.
Yeah.
I will cast silence as a ritual on the first statue we turned,
Okay.
which shouldn't take that long because it's an action. And then you can play after I'm done.
Alright, so just hang out for 10 minutes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's 10 minutes
Yeah.
as
Oh,
a ritual.
plus the time it takes to cast.
Yeah,
okay.
Right.
While they're doing that, I guess I will check out the 2 spots that were lit.
By her secret door.
Yeah.
Wand. Nothing discernible at the moment.
Can I look on the outside of the building and see if there's anything interesting at those spots on the equivalent outside?
You go outside and check. Nothing special. It's just stone with mortar, long abandoned, untouched.
While this is happening, I'd like to cast
Not
Detect
much
Magic.
Okay. You cast Detect Magic as a ritual, or you just like...
As a ritual.
Okay. So you finish just after Riley. And the 3 columns in the middle definitely give off a magical vibe. In fact, all of the structures in here, this thing, the 3 columns, the 3 statues now, the
Mirror.
the obsidian gateway
Yeah.
does appear to be magical, as well as the 2 doors.
Okay. While Felix plays his tune, I will be casting Identify on the one next to the entrance. Door next to the entrance.
Okay.
Cool.
After you cast Identify, you walk away with the knowledge that it's like a secret, like hidden pocket dimension that has to be unlocked in a certain way.
Okay. I have idea. Whenever we should use the reflective light to hit the secret doors that Riley pointed out earlier.
Well, don't you think the secret doors will reveal once we have the light hit the mirror?
I think it will reveal that door, but not the others. Well, we'll see. Let's do mirror first and then the others.
Yeah. So we'll do that.
So what are
Well,
you
actually,
doing?
you know what? Let's do the others first, just in case something big happens with the mirror.
Okay. I mean, you have the music.
Well,
Yeah.
we can't really angle it to the one that's on this side.
Yes,
Only
we
to
can.
the one by the entrance.
No, we can.
Yes,
Yeah, we can.
Yeah?
Yes.
Yeah, we can.
I think the
It'll
more
be
difficult one is the one
complicated.
in between the 2 statues.
Yeah. No, it'll be weird, but we can do it.
Yes.
Um,
So Riley had cast silence. You do the song, angle it how you need.
well, so first I want to go to the one near the door. Just make it face the trap near the door, or So he goes left. There you go. Yep. That is another 22.
To perform?
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll just skip the rolls for now. You guys
Okay.
Cool.
caught the hang of it.
Yay.
So, light it up,
it was
right?
delightful music though.
Okay, so I cast Sacred Flame on the brazier.
Again, there's this. It sparks within there for a little bit, and the whole room goes black, but then it comes back.
I get the impression it's not enough.
Yeah, you feel like it's like a lighter that you can't quite get it to go.
I'm gonna have
Oh,
to
you know
use.
what? No, we need daylight. 'Cause
Yeah, the
remember,
whole
this room is
drow
supposed to be a
thing.
drow
She doesn't
room.
give a crap about you casting Sacred Flame. She doesn't like daylight.
Cast light on the brazier, perhaps. But it's cantrip, yes?
Yeah, I'll try that first, but I think it's not really. Is it?
No, it's just light.
Okay, I'll try that first, but I don't think it will work. Try light.
Doesn't work.
Okay.
Okay,
Cast Great
well,
Bonfire.
I have 3 uses of daylight left, and then I have no ability to make us not die or to make us come back.
We only will need it once, right?
No, we have.
No, because it lasts an hour, so
Oh
yes.
yeah.
Right, but wait, hold on.
Yeah.
Before you do that, what happens if, as we're rotating that first one, if the light reflects and hits one of the columns, will that cause the arcane trap to...
We can block
I'm
the
sure.
columns.
We can what?
We can block the columns.
You, like,
I will stand before
stand-
them with my shield to reflect the light as they affect them.
Will that be sufficient?
I hope so.
You'd have to...
Well, we'll see if it affects the columns in any way, or rather, if the beam of light is focused enough, then I can definitely reflect. If it is not, then we may have to reconsider.
Okay.
I mean,
I still think that
Can
we
I
should...
go around on the outside of the building to where the mirror is? Or the obsidian thing? Is there anything descript on that side?
Nothing.
This building is useless. So I go back.
Okay, I still think we should arrange them so that it's bounces between them back to the mirror first. And that will reveal the other two. That's just me, but I don't know jack shit about this magical stuff. But I do know how pulleys work,
Reasonable.
and I know how mechanics work, and this looks to be that. And that's all I've got to say about that.
no, we know how it works, but we're trying to figure out a way for me to only cast daylight once.
I will reflect the light with my shield as he turns them.
Or better yet, we'll just have Ernie stand in front of the brazier.
Oh, that is better. Yes.
Oh, that is better. That's smarter. Yeah.
Yes.
Hey.
Well,
with
good
the
thinking.
shield.
Yes, of course. Yeah.
Okay. Daylight.
Okay. So, what are you casting daylight on?
A
Brazier, right?
brazier?
Yeah.
You close your eyes and say a little couplet that you had read in one of your tales about Teatrus.
Shit. Here comes the sun.
Beatrice.
And on that last do, there's an explosion of light within this small box, and a beam of light shoots out, and the whole place is engulfed in a magical darkness.
Oh,
Ooh.
shitsticles!
Interesting.
I like that. That was clever. That was sexy. That was cool. That was fun.
So it is now black light. Oni is standing,
Yeah, it was
Here.
like right there.
and there's just this beam of light. It's coming off Oni, and it's reflecting off, scattering off into the rest of the room, the chamber.
Yeah,
Okay. So
definitely.
the statue is supposed to be angled at the secret door closest to the entrance.
Okay.
And is that light, if I like just move aside, does it look like it's gonna hit the statue?
Yeah, I mean, you know, geometry aside, like, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Then I'll step aside.
Okay. You step aside, the light goes all the way, and then is reflected off.
Way to land it. Light.
Good job, light.
Yeah.
Yeah, we definitely don't want the light to hit the columns.
Yeah.
And you line it up such that it hits that spot where Riley found the secret door, and there's a small outline that seems to dissolve.
Ooh.
And then as it dissolves, you can see like a small pocket dimension.
I'll reach in.
Yeah.
Okay. You reach in,
And you lose your hand.
That's okay. I don't need that hand. That was my left hand.
Are you right-handed?
Yeah.
Cool.
and
She is now.
you pull back a
Yeah.
small ring.
Oh.
Small ring.
Cool.
Another
cool.
ring.
Okay, hold on to it. I
What's
will
it do?
identify later.
Dibs on the next one.
No. And
How this works.
I will block the light again, so that it doesn't hit the column.
Okay. Yeah.
And Felix, please manipulate the statues to get the next one.
Alright. So I will play.
That will require moving 2 of them.
That's okay. I can ritually
okay,
cast
we have to do 3.
silence.
It'll require moving all 3, yeah.
Yeah. So basically, moving. So stage south.
Just tell me when to
Hit the
stop
window.
rotating it.
I
Stop.
don't understand how the silence
Okay.
thing can work. Can you cast it more
Then-
than once?
And then
The other one.
points towards the
Can you have
far
more
one.
than one instance of silence at a time?
It's large enough. I could
There.
cast
Stop.
this too.
Yep.
Okay.
Towards the
And-
statue.
Well, yeah, no, towards the other statue.
It just looks like it's going straight to the column. It's
Like
not
that?
what we want.
Yeah. Yeah, that
Ish.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then third statue, kind of pointing towards
the secret door.
the secret door. Yeah.
Not
green,
the, not
the
the
Not
mirror.
not the mirror.
The green coat thing.
Oh, the secret door.
So
Okay.
And I will step aside.
Okay, so you get one beam of light, shoots across the way, hits this monument right in the center, bounces off. There's a second beam of light that races across. Now, you guys are in some sort of magical darkness. You don't see each other.
Right.
Oh.
It's just like this really weird, ravey, trippy beams of light. And then it opens up. It opens up a small, another entrance.
I run over.
No, I want to be him.
You're faster. You have 30 speed. He has 25.
I was playing. I would stand by it.
She was casting silence to stop them.
Roll for initiative.
That's
Oh
Two of you.
boy.
Oh, that's gonna decide it.
At 20.
Whatever.
Nat
you
20.
You fucking cunt.
I was so excited to use luck and like everything I needed for that, but
Okay. You reach in and you pull out what's kind of like not a breastplate, but something like it, something
I
that
don't
like attaches onto it.
That's great.
something that attaches to a breastplate.
No,
Is it
it's
plate
like,
armor?
It's like it's like a form-fitting metallic plate. Kind of think like the Spartan
Yeah.
chest armor. I don't know what it's called.
Yeah, it looks like breastplate is what it is.
It's
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
but
it looks
when I
like
think
that.
breastplate, I think like almost like a shield attached to your.
Oh, that's not what I think of. I think of what you're talking about right now.
You find breastplate.
You find that thing.
That's not very useful to you.
Well, regardless, Oni's gonna identify all that shit later. Okay, so now last one to the mirror.
Block the light first.
I will block the light.
All right.
You're just gonna like stand here and block the light.
No, I'm
Or-
gonna
No,
stand
you're
in front of the
gonna
brazier.
stand-
Yeah.
Okay.
And Felix is gonna turn the last statue, I believe. Yeah.
Okay.
Until it faces the mirror.
Do we need to cast silence?
I mean, I just kind of assume we
You
were
would have
doing
had to
this
have done
as
it to
needed.
get to this point, anyways.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
would have been coordinating.
Okay.
It's a reverse sigma.
Finally,
It's an M.
It's a W.
Excuse you.
you want a golden M? How
Yeah.
about a golden W? Okay.
Improve.
You cast it. It bounces off. It hits the obsidian gateway framed by the gold outline, and it begins to dissolve from the middle. And you look inside, and you just see like a Scrooge McDuck sea of coins.
Ooh.
Wait.
No, I'm gonna grab
You
him
guys
by
have
the
1
shirt.
Ooh,
1 minute.
Yeah, see.
We all run in.
We all run in and
Loot.
start
Yeah,
rage looting.
Okay.
None of us can rage.
We're going in. Raise your hand if you're
I'm going in. I'm going in.
Going
I
in.
want to cast secrets. Are there any traps in there?
I'm
No.
unquestionably going in, and I'm just
No, but
Throwing
you guys
the door.
run in,
Yeah.
and then you can see like the edges, like it was dissolved outwards, but then the edges are starting to grow back.
Oh
Cool.
shit.
I'm
Okay.
looking
All
for
right.
the
We have a
key.
minute.
Like what?
I'm looking for the key.
Oh shit. Me too.
Okay.
I'm not.
What is it? Investigation?
Investigation check.
Okay.
I'm grabbing gold.
I did not go in.
19.
12.
Filling
No
my
keys.
pockets and then
No
just
keys.
No
Okay.
keys. All right. I'm just grabbing everything that I can.
Take
What
it.
else do we
Okay.
see? Is
Okay.
there gold?
Yes.
Gold and platinum.
Jewels?
Grabbing
Yeah,
it.
grabbing
gold, platinum.
All the platinum that I
10
can.
seconds.
Platinum and then running out.
Yeah.
All right. Platinum and then running out.
Okay.
Yep.
Make athletics checks,
Oh no!
All of us?
and then you run out.
Dope.
This is.
Are you
cock
running
as
out?
fuck. Yeah, I'm running out.
He said yes.
All three of you are
Yeah,
out.
we're all running out.
Minutes up.
Okay.
I had rolled athletics. Fuck, where is it? +6. Okay, 22.
Okay. So you all
17.
see this black
14.
almost like a liquid begin to
Everyone's trying to
form
leave.
again, beginning to close, and you guys scoop up as much loot as you can, and then dive out, and it closes behind you. And you guys are just standing there, and you two see the three of them standing there, and you just hear a clinking of coins. Clicking, as it's like falling out of their hands that they can't hold it. And then the darkness dissipates, and so does the light, and you guys are back in the regular temple.
Let's do that again.
Riley was trying to be in there as well.
Were you?
It's fine.
It's fine. Give me an athletics check.
I mean, I
She
rolled
did
an
roll.
11.
Okay. We'll calculate how much gold you get based on those athletics.
I
checks.
was trying to look for something that's not gold.
What were you
Like
looking
anything that's not gold or platinum.
for? There was jewelry.
Okay.
Wait, there were
I
jewels
think I
that
was
they
the
said.
only one exclusively looking for money.
There was gold, platinum, and like jewels. And give me a perception check.
Oh, I mean like anything not value. Like
Like
something
Not
that
traditionally valuable.
stands out that shouldn't be in
Perception
there.
Like a lamp?
It's only a 16.
16.
Only?
Well, you rolled a 19.
Yeah, I rolled a 19 and there was no key.
That's true.
You saw a belt.
I get the belt.
The belt.
Yeah.
Belt of giant strength.
Nah.
Dibs.
Oh, dude, I got -2.
Okay.
Wait,
so
what?
We're gonna calculate the amount after the session, or do you want to do that now?
We'll calculate the amount of gold and platinum stuff off air. We can
All
just
right. Well,
save
let
that
me
for
make a
ourselves.
note real
Okay.
quick that I rolled a
Yeah,
22 athletics.
Yeah. Make a note of that.
6 plus 8 is 14.
Sebastian looks notably displeased when they come out with like armfuls of gold and not the key that we're looking for.
There was no key in there,
I checked.
I found a belt.
Well, hopefully there's a key in.
and we have a ring and breastplate. Riley, can you bring the bag of holding so I can put all this in there?
I also don't find one.
Standing in the doorway, you can see the outline of Azrael. Her hips cocked to one side.
I'm going to need 30 minutes.
I'm so rich.
We didn't get the key!
We don't know what the key is. What
Let's
number
not
it is.
identify
There
crap
was no
until we
key.
find the key. I'm going to.
What do you mean
There
there's no
was
key?
Okay, I just want to see how clever you are.
Oh, well, give me 30 minutes.
So I'm guessing you've done this before.
Sure.
Is
I-
it real, Aussie gold?
Yes.
Should I do it again?
No,
Not
no.
until a new dawn.
Okay,
Like
guys.
tomorrow?
Yes.
You don't have the
An
time
investment
to waste
opportunity.
on this.
While they're talking, I'm going to start casting Identify on the 3 objects.
To be clear, we don't have the time to do this again. You can do it on your way back.
Sounds reasonable to me. Let's do it.
No, let's take a month. Like, let's get our shit done here.
If
But,
we
like, seriously.
if we dally for a month, our opportunity will be lost.
I think he means after.
No, after we deal with
Oh,
you.
after, do whatever the fuck you want should you survive.
Yeah, this is what I want. This is what I want to do.
Identify full rest.
Alright, so we're hanging out for half an
Do I
hour.
have enough time to identify one object before we take off for a rest?
Sure, I'll give you one.
Cool. I would like to identify the ring first.
You take your mind, connect with it. It is a ring of spell storing, level 3.
Cool.
That's
Here
pretty
you
dope.
go. You decide what to do with it.
I'll put it on, and we can continue.
Do you have all 3 spells?
I have level 1 spells that I can cast at level 2. This is going to be good for you. Or him.
I mean, we could always have a revivify in there, and
Ooh,
then
actually,
we all
you
die.
can put spells into this and we can give it to a guy. He probably could use it.
I don't know the first thing about using magical
I'll
items.
teach you about this.
You all can figure this out later.
I am
Yes.
eager to learn.
Let's hit the road.
Okay. If you trust me with something like that.
You'll be fine.
Well, I've never been able to back down from a challenge. Let's do it.
You guys make your way back, leaving.
I am going to make a special mark to mark where this place is
Yeah.
with my chalk.
I mean, the buildings aren't obvious.
Well,
That's
I'm
fair.
making a special mark on the way, like
Oh, like $arrow?
Yeah.
Okay,
Like 20 minutes after walking away from the village, I'm like, that's the one special different mark from all the other ones.
sure.
It's an asterisk. Asterisk.
Okay.
Damn it! I have plus 18 athletics. I cannot believe I rolled a 14 alone.
So you have plus 8,
okay.
you said?
Plus 8 athletics.
Final thing we're going to do tonight.
Yeah.
You guys continue traveling
That was very exciting.
for another day. In the middle of the day, you come to...
Oh,
Well, let me ask you. We'll get a little meta-gamey here.
Okay.
Do you want to have a combat or fast forward?
I'd be happy to combat.
I have
sure.
no problem with combating.
Do we want to do it tonight or next week?
Is it like inconsequential combat for the sake of combating, or like consequential
Let me put it this way.
combat?
There's no fear of dying. There are 3 hook horrors that you run into.
So in this context, we would either have the combat or just RP.
Well, we don't
fought
know.
him.
We don't know
Yes.
how many spells we're gonna like use and how many superiority die I'm gonna expend.
Can we fight them tomorrow? Or tomorrow? Tomorrow in game? Or no, we would
You
fight
can
them.
fight them next session.
That's, yeah.
No.
I mean, if there's no benefit, then I don't necessarily see
Yeah,
it.
no. Let's fight them tonight. Fuck it.
Well,
I mean,
think he
I meant
that.
more, I don't, if there's not, like, oh, this one accidentally swallowed something important, then what's the point?
Because we want to kill
There's no risk of death. You guys have fought them before. You've got Azrael on your team.
Mhm.
There's no risk of death.
shit, but there's a chance of reward.
What?
There is?
They
What
eat,
is
like,
that?
they eat garbage.
Are they sharks?
Uh,
Like, analogously, do they eat license plates and shit?
XP.
Who knows? Like that's what I'm saying. Like,
Right. If you want to just RP/fast forward through the fight, raise your hand
oh,
to fast forward. If you want to go through combat, raise your hand.
I think we've been outvoted.
we have been voted.
Oh well. That's
Okay.
fine.
So we're going to do this.
When I run my one shot, we'll have combat.
Okay.
We had combat like 3 times last week.
It's true.
Twice.
It's still like 3.
5 combats.
What?
It's 5 too many combats.
How dare you? You bard.
So you guys make your way through a series of tunnels, and then you come up to a fork in the road. As you guys reach the fork in the road, there are 3 hook horrors that are moving down one of them, and they were silent up until they saw you, and then they started making their clattering noises, taking their hockey hook arms and banging it against the wall. They moved in kind of aggressively towards you guys.
I want to run, take one of the spears, jump into the air, slam it into its face, and just kind of like land on top of it.
Okay?
Yeah.
And you slam it through its face.
I slam it right through his face and just kind of.
Okay, so that's the killing blow. Agar, as you slam...
That's 3.
You said javelin?
The spear.
Spear. You take the spear, leap up, kick him in the chest, falls back, and your spear comes down with the mighty force of your dwarven heritage, and there's just...
Yeah.
Why is that
Why is
funny?
that
Fuck
funny?
you guys.
There's just a splatter of blood, and then there's a shimmering. And Agar, your spear is embedded in the body of a dwarf. Its head completely gone, and your spear has just gone straight through it.
Is it like a dwarf or a Duragar?
It's a dwarf.
Um,
And there's still combat going on. There's 2 other ones that you guys are fighting.
That
You
still
guys
look
are-
like hook horror stuff.
They still look like hook horrors. Yes.
But don't we like know this, or
wait, there's a fucking dwarf in here. I take my spear out and I like
You pull it out.
I
It's
kick
just
it down
pure gore.
and I just kind of like rip it open and take a look at
The body?
This dwarf. Yeah.
It's just a normal dwarf.
Does-
you opened
Pull
the
it
door?
open.
Does it?
Just
No. The hook horror.
Oh.
That dissolved.
No, there's no more hook cord. The hook
Oh,
cord,
the hook horror
the
dissolved.
hook cord that you hit
It's an illusion.
began to shimmer and kind of change and warp form, and as it was writhing on the ground in pain, its limbs transformed into that of a dwarf. And so your kill went from hook horror to dwarf. You're standing on top of a dwarf with a spear where its head used to be.
I like.
1 foot on its chest, and you're just like, and then you
What the fuck?
begins to dawn what happened.
What
Ollie,
the
what are you doing?
Hearing that, I'd like to assess to see if it's illusions.
Investigation check.
Yes, sir.
Riley, what are you
Do
doing?
I hear him yell, wait?
You hear him
It's cocked, right?
in a
I
kerfuffle.
can't. I don't.
Are we blind right now?
Are you blinded, you
I'm not
said?
big on cots.
Yeah. Are
I mean,
we in
yes.
darkness?
Isn't
Just gonna assume that Riley casts light on her fun buns.
I want to cast Spare the Dying if I know what's going on. I have a minute to
On
do
the guy
so.
without a
It's
head?
cocked. I'm rolling.
He doesn't have a head?
Yes, that
Guard's-
was established 3 times.
14.
Spear just
His,
went
his
through
head exploded.
14.
And he also pulled it out.
Not an illusion.
Not an illusion.
Fur and muscle and sweaty breath.
No,
That
if
is
the hug horrors are illusions.
No. It's
Oh.
fur and sweaty breath and everything.
Oh, I thought they were like exoskeleton-y. Then I'm fighting them.
Okay.
I pull out Alamir's longsword and I
Give me the killing blow.
from center to top.
Okay, you take your Alamir's longsword, scraping it along the bottom, and then pull it up. There's a spark of radiant
Yeah.
light upwards, and you slash across it, and there's this sort of streak of pain.
No,
as
don't.
it collapses to the ground, and as it collapses to the ground, and it's writhing in pain, it takes the form of a dwarf.
What the fuck is happening?
Now there's one more left.
Just knock it unconscious. Don't fucking kill him.
I cast sleep at level 1.
Okay.
No, I cast sleep at level 2.
You cast sleep at level 2, and the thing that is moving, beginning to attack you, kind of just falls motionless in the air.
Sorry, I thought I examined.
What the
it
fuck?
was not supposed to be illusion.
I
I don't.
I don't see
Wait,
why.
there's a thing that turns things into things and magic and
Yes, illusion, artful self, the various spells that can do that sort of thing. I was looking to see if this was that type of spell, but I did not discern it. I thought it was an actual.
There are 2 dead dwarven bodies and 1 sleeping Hakor just kind of
Dead.
swaying.
identify that one. You can know what it is, right?
Okay. I'll move up to it and gently touch it, and I'll cast Identify as an action instead of as a ritual.
Okay. Although you haven't encountered this spell before,
It has to be an object.
Does it need to be?
I think it can be a creature. If you look down further, you can see any effects on the creature. It's like the last sentence.
You learn whether any spells are affecting the item and what they are. The item was created by a spell. If you instead touch a creature throughout the casting, you learn what spells, if any, are currently affecting it.
Yes.
Okay.
So you touch the creature, and although you're not familiar with the spell exactly, you've heard of spells like this, where one creature can be morphed into another. It is something like that.
Okay.
Azrael, how far from Vintel are we?
About another week's travel.
This is hook horror at the moment.
A real hook horror.
Yes. This may have been a dwarf at one point.
Don't fucking. The dwarf is back.
Those two are.
Yes.
But this one is still hook horror.
Can somebody dispel magic?
I cannot.
Give me 24 hours, I can.
I believe sleep lasts a minute. Is that correct?
I don't have a card.
I'll pull it up.
Should we
I believe so.
tie him up?
I start tying him up.
Okay. Easy enough. You tie him up as soon as you realize the spell's about to wear off.
1 minute, yeah.
When it regains consciousness, it's just feral and animal-like. It's trying to break its bonds, but it doesn't.
DC 17 strength check to break it, by the way.
We're gonna. It's
Okay.
fine. You guys can collectively outmuscle it.
Okay.
I would like to knock it out.
Okay.
Hold on. Before you do that,
Yes.
I want to play Counter Charm.
Alright, what does Counter Charm do exactly?
I am looking that up because this is maybe the first time it could ever be useful.
You just learned it.
Yeah. Okay, I start a performance that lasts until the end of my next turn. During that time, you and any friendly creature that's friendly within 30 seconds, you have advantage on saving throws against being frightened or charmed. A creature must be able to hear you to gain the effect. Performance ends early. Okay, never mind. I thought it did something it doesn't.
Oh well.
No worries.
I'd like to knock it out. I'll take
Okay.
my shield and just.
I don't
You
want to
take your
look.
shield and a couple blows right to its temple. It takes the first few, but then you just keep at it, and eventually, it's a pretty gruesome scene as Oni bludgeons it into unconsciousness.
Yeah, I'm not looking.
And eventually you get it unconscious.
Still look horror.
Roll for damage once.
With my shield, D4?
Um,
Or like 1 point of bludgeoning, like if I was using my fist?
go ahead, roll a d4.
4 points of damage total. I assume I'm adding my strength, yes. I rolled a 1.
So you smash it, and then on the last one it does shift form, and it goes into that of a dwarf. But then, Riley, you quickly realize that this dwarf, some of the damage carried over and it's dead.
Like dead or at 0 hit points?
I mean, usually monsters don't make death saving throws,
Yeah.
but
Can you spare
Why
the
would I
dying
say
on
just
it?
try to knock it out? Why is it dead?
Because he went too hard.
Well,
That happens.
yeah, it's
it had 1 hit point in its normal form,
right.
and he went over 1 hit point.
Do you want me to make
No.
him come back to life?
I'll just check the body.
Investigation check.
Sorry, I got it.
Fuck.
Not great.
I look over to Felix.
That's like an 8.
Nothing notable. Basic weapons.
Weak smile.
I want to look for any kind of unusual scars on them or something that might be tampered or something.
Okay. Medicine check. You're looking specifically for scars and bruises and stuff.
14.
14. Yeah, they took a beating before they were transformed. They took a huge beating.
Do your people make it a custom of kidnapping, enslaving, and transforming other creatures?
Why do you think they were enslaved?
No. Well, yes. But not... No.
So, do you have any idea what could have happened to you?
Ours.
Have you seen something like this before?
I've heard of it. I haven't personally crossed paths with it.
Until now.
I suspect there's a mad wizard that lives in these parts.
And he would do something like this, or she.
She's crazy. Like, who knows what the hell she'd do?
Okay.
From their garments, do I recognize anything that, maybe Vintel, dwarf?
You see the outline of an anvil with fire in the middle of the anvil.
Do I recognize that?
You would have heard that this is the Vintel emblem of Vintel, the city.
Okay, so they're like guards.
Yeah. Azrael informs you that this would have been a Vintel scouting party that maybe just wandered too far away from their reaches.
What's the crazy wizard's name?
That was my next question.
Oh, we don't dignify her with a name. Just call her the Mad Wizard.
Okay.
That works.
How close is she to Vintel?
To Vintel.
Yes.
Oh, you are. Depending on what routes you take, how much danger you want to risk, anywhere between 10 days to 2 weeks.
Well, we've got to warn Vintel
Do you know where the wizard
Warn
is?
them of what?
that their scouting party has been disappeared, turned into hookworms, and slaughtered.
I mean,
Who knows how many other dwarves are suffering this way?
Yeah, who
This is
knows?
the underdark, man. I feel like it's probably not uncommon.
It's not called the Undercheery.
No.
Yeah, but this isn't like I understand that, and
How close is Vintel to your city?
Think of it as a triangle.
Okay.
Vintel is east of us.
Okay.
Rachnia is northeast,
Okay.
the top of the triangle.
Okay. So what is to the west?
West, back towards Vintar.
Oh, okay. That is fair.
I'm trying to remember if there's any differentiation between the hook horrors we just fought and the ones that we fought originally, like discoloration, markings, anything that I can make a distinction in the future.
Give me a history check, because you're relying on memory at this point.
17.
17. Yes. You do remember them being smaller in size, and there's nothing specific about the way they looked, their height, their size, their weight. There was nothing specific like that, but you do remember that their movements were awkward and clangy, like they didn't quite know how to use their hands, their new limbs. They seemed disoriented and uncoordinated, but that's the best you can pick up.
I'm going to lay them one next to another right at the fork and use my maul to break rocks and just make I forgot the name of it. But basically it's like an above ground tomb where you put rocks on people.
Azrael just sighing.
You can fucking help. It'll go faster.
Fuck off, they're just fucking dwarves.
They're my people. They're my kin.
They're men. They're worthless.
To you.
That's all that matters.
A fat lot of good you've been doing this entire time.
You know,
Where is the wizard?
I don't necessarily need you all.
Okay. Where is the wizard?
If I woke up, disappeared tomorrow. If you woke up tomorrow morning and I disappeared, we'd be screwed.
Well, we'd certainly.
We'd
Oh,
go
I have
hang
my
out
mushroom
with
friends.
the one-eyed tyrant.
I have my mushroom friends. They may
But
help
then
us
you
out.
would have wasted like your time too.
That is also true.
I thought you needed us to like usurp a city, not a city. Sorry, family.
For this opportunity, yes. But
There may be more.
we'll be patient. There may be other opportunities.
Not in your lifetime by the sound of it.
Well, for number 3 family.
Like it or not, we're your best bet. And unfortunately, we have the displeasure of having you to be ours.
Well, I'm going to keep walking. She starts walking down the tunnel.
Where is the wizard?
How far along am I in my tomb making thing?
As soon as she discerned what you were starting to do, she gave you that speech. So you're like just starting.
I will cast Earth Tremor under the 3 bodies in an attempt to loosen the ground.
Okay.
Expedite the process.
That will help.
Yeah.
Cool. That'll help.
I'll do best I can with that.
Okay.
And I'll have you may follow.
You can get one of them covered. Well, it depends how long you want to wait.
Arguillo, follow
Really?
her. And then come back.
Funny, she's really scary.
I know. Please.
Oh, I can go with her.
Okay. Turn on your light.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay.
I'll continue trying to expedite the
Follow,
process.
like 30 feet behind her.
I'll just follow her. I mean, I'll even be 30 feet back.
You catch up to her then.
Sure.
She had left. You catch up to her.
I'm doing the best I can to cover them, and I'm just put the spear that I used and leave it there.
Okay.
And I'm gonna carve into it. Rest in peace, in Dwarvish.
Okay.
So we'll
And
There's a
with
lot.
that, as Agar puts his comrades to rest, as Riley catches up with Azrael, and
Best friend.
as you all just sort of absorb and digest everything that happened, we're gonna call it for tonight. Damn it! I didn't use my die.
Ah!
Son of a bitch.
dope.
Damn, dude, that's fucked up, man.
So we'll
First
pick
session in a
up
row.
next week.
You're dark,
Find out
man.
how shit goes down. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you then.